This is an ABC News special report.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. We're coming on the air because President Trump has just announced that Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is out of a job. This follows reports that the president was frustrated by her recent testimony on Capitol Hill. Noem under fire from both parties over her job performance and her handling of the immigration crackdown. And that includes her response to the deadly shooting by federal agents of two American citizens, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Just moments ago, the president saying he's naming Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin to become the next Secretary of Homeland Security. Let's get straight to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. Mary, what do we know?
Well, Kira, the president just announcing this in a social media post that Markwayne Mullin is going to become the new Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security as of the end of this month. And the president, who, as you note, we know had grown increasingly frustrated with Secretary Noem this following several days of her testimony up on the Hill. The president posting the current Secretary, Kristi Noem, who has served us well and has had numerous and spectacular results, especially on the border, will be moving to be special envoy for the Shield of the Americas, our new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere. It also comes, of course, as you note, that she received a lot of backlash after her response to the killings of two American citizens, Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minneapolis. She, of course, was very quick to come out and label them domestic terrorists. She falsely said that Preddy was brandishing a gun. It created quite a controversy for the administration. Then, of course, the president moved in Tom Homan, his border czar, to take over the situation in Minneapolis. But Kira, the big picture here, it is important to remember that this is now the first major firing that we have seen in the president's second term. To fire Kristi Noem, move her away from being the DHS secretary to this new post at the end of this month. Unlike in his first term, where there was quite a bit of turnover in the cabinet, she is now the first cabinet secretary to be let go by President Trump.
Let's bring in our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas. Pierre, as we get this news now, let's just talk about how DHS changed under Kristi Noem's leadership. And it didn't take long for her to receive a lot of heat from critics once she did take that position.
Indeed, Kira. And there was a key moment this week at that Senate hearing. This over $200 million ad campaign came up, and Senator Kennedy, a Republican, was pressing her on why was the funding as high as it was. He expressed deep concern that it was too much money, and he asked the secretary about it. And she claimed that the president was engaged in this. Now, we just saw from our own reporting from Rachel Scott and others that the president is now claiming that that is not true. And again, this ad campaign stars Kristi Noem. And basically, the message is to undocumented people leave now or be deported. And again, $200 million in this. You could see these ads during football games, during the NFL, college football playoffs, the NBA, all types of major ad buys for this particular campaign. And that appears to have played a key role. To your first question, the bottom line is under Kristi Noem, there were some positives for the administration in terms of the border being shut down, but the way that the internal campaign to remove people from this country was executed is apparently played a big role in this as well. As Mary said, Tom Homan taking over after the situation in Minneapolis spiraled out of control.
And let's take it straight now to senior political correspondent Rachel Scott. I know you're en route to the Hill. You've been talking to your sources, Rachel. What's the word from lawmakers after Pierre just mentioned, of course, the testimony where apparently the president was not happy with how the former secretary performed during testimony?
Yeah, well, Kira, I'm told by multiple sources that President Trump was on the phone calling Republicans, calling allies, asking whether or not he should fire Secretary Kristi Noem. He was pointing out that he was clearly unhappy with that answer that she gave Senator Kennedy during these heated briefings and hearings on Capitol Hill just yesterday. I'm also told that there has been a lot of frustration with how Noem has handled several instances, not just this particular one on the Hill testifying before Congress, but also just a few days ago, it was her decision along with one of her top advisors, Corey Lewandowski, to ultimately pause and put a hold on TSA PreCheck due to the government shutdown. I'm told by multiple sources that then White House officials.
012, 012, 012, 012. I like to introduce myself. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Still muted? Oh, you can't hear me now? Okay. I was about to say, I don't know. This is the only sign language I know. Okay, and I know that's not what y'all want to hear. My bad. Okay, there we go. All right. Thank you. Sorry about that, y'all. But what I had said was, this woman always got her mouth open. And how is it that when you get fired, when you and I get fired, we don't get another job at the same place? We fired. That's it. Child, she done got a new job. And who in the hell thinks that Donald Trump checked with anybody before he made a decision, Bueller? Now, all of a sudden, Donald Trump is checking on decisions on firing. Mr. Apprentice himself, a goodbye, child. Who they fooling with this bullshit? Who?
Had to intervene then to correct that. So this is coming after a lot of frustration, not only from President Trump, but also top members of his administration expressing concern about some of her actions, and ultimately the president making the decision today to now get Kristi Noem out and completely replace her, Kira.
And Rachel, let's talk more about the senator from Oklahoma, Markwayne Mullin, who now will replace former Secretary Kristi Noem there overseeing DHS. What more do we know about him, and your thoughts on why you think the president made this choice?
In these final hours leading up to this decision, Kira, I'm told that
Child, we don't care about him yet. Anyway, so that obviously, for those that don't, know or probably heard, it just kind of happened. Remember, we was watching her, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, and they was asking her all these questions and shit. Here you go. Shout out to Lawrence for sending me all this stuff.
We do indeed have some breaking news, and this comes a day after a difficult couple of days on Capitol Hill in both the House and the Senate for Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary. She is being replaced. Senator Markwayne Mullin is now going to take over her job. The president making the announcement on Truth Social.
No, this is sexist. So you telling me they got rid of a woman to put in a man?
Just a short time ago. He writes, quote, "I am pleased to announce that the highly respected United States Senator from the great state of Oklahoma, Markwayne Mullin, will become the United States Secretary of Homeland Security effective March 31st of this month, of this year. The current Secretary, Kristi Noem, who has served us well and has had numerous and spectacular results, especially on the..."
She served us well and has numerous and good results, they just said. They keep saying that. She did a good job and she got another job. So is this bad or no? I can't tell.
Border will be moving to be special envoy for the Shield of the Americas, which is a new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere that they're announcing on Saturday.
So they get her in charge of the Western Hemisphere. She couldn't do this job, supposedly, but they're going to give her the Western Hemisphere. I have questions. If you fired, then how in the hell do you get another job in the same place? Possibly, potentially, with getting more money. Where they do that at? Can y'all do that? Is this a white person thing? I'm confused.
At Doral in Florida, the president says, "I thank Kristi for her service at Homeland." So this comes amid reports that the president was none too pleased about the advertising campaign money that came to light during these hearings, Sandra. And so just in the last 24 hours, we've heard a lot of rumors that Markwayne Mullin may be tapped for DHS. And now it appears the president has made that decision, and that's going to happen at the end of the month. We do indeed have some breaking news, and this comes a day after a different...
Was it about the affair? I don't know. They're saying that she didn't get permission for this ad campaign, even though she said that she got permission from Trump for it. But it might be for that affair, alleged affair. So on the New York Post, they said, Trump says Kristi Noem lied to Congress about getting his approval for $220 million ad campaign featuring herself. Well, then she should be all the way fired. How'd she get another job if that's what she really did? You know what I'm saying? And shouldn't she be arrested? I mean, they out here talking about all these people and all the fraud and what they doing. So help me understand how the hell it is that she could basically do the same thing that Doogie kind of did and she gets another job. I'm just saying, I'm just asking. Don't make sense to me. Anyway, let's see what this is.
Secretary Noem, because we're not going after enough people who did this damage at the expense of running numbers that Stephen Miller wants out of the White House. We just want numbers. We want 1,000 a day, 6,000 a day, 9,000 a day, because numbers matter, right? No, they don't matter. Quality matters, not quantity, quality. And what we've seen is a disaster. Under your leadership, Ms. Noem, a disaster. What we've seen is innocent people getting detained that turn out are American citizens. I could talk about the culture that's been created here with Stephen Miller aiding and abetting. I heard first reports that he was the one that said it was a domestic terrorist situation where 2 people lost their lives in Minneapolis. I've heard that report. Maybe you can refute it. I don't know that we'll have time for you to respond because I'm giving you a performance evaluation here. I'm not looking for a response. And I'm saying, Ms. Noem, that time after time after time, I've been disappointed. But before I get back to looking at the vicious people that did this damage to these families, I want to talk a minute about FEMA. You have a policy right now that anything over $100,000 has to go through your desk for approval. I asked my staff, because I'm a management consultant, I don't try to do cheap shots in here, but the facts do not lie. This is your administration for FEMA response. This is President Trump's first administration. Which one would you like to have? If you're a state that has a $60 billion disaster, your biggest disaster in South Dakota that I can tell that when you were an elected official was about $500 million. So 1/100th of this single storm where thousands of people are hurting in North Carolina and you're just barely catching up. This is what competent FEMA leadership looks like. This is what incompetent FEMA leadership looks like. And people...
Oh, damn, they was coming at that ass, huh? Woo! Lord help your people. I'm tired of hearing him, though. So, child, where did they get this picture from? Trump said Thursday Homeland Security Kristi Noem lied to Congress about getting his approval for $220 million ad campaign featuring herself. I never knew anything about it. Child, who believes that? Like seriously, who believes that? I'm sorry, yeah, I don't. I don't believe that for a second. 2 sources close to the White House told the Post that Trump is furious and that Noem testified that he approved of the ads and set in motion his later move to fire her. I don't know if that's the ad or what. But Senator John Kennedy told CBS on Thursday that he spoke with Trump and that, put it this way, his recollection and her recollection are different. I don't know how you get $220 million confused, but child, what do I know? Trump later fired Noem on Truth Social and announced Senator Markwayne Mullin from Oklahoma as her replacement. Child, isn't this against the law to be putting people's personal business? Well, no, she worked for us, so I guess that's the difference. All right. Then let me let that go. Anyway, because I was about to say, how in the hell are you out here giving this information out to the public? I feel like it should be, information that you keep to yourself. But child, what the hell do I know? Anyway, so this is what's going on, the breaking news, I guess you want to call it. Let me see what else these people got to say back here on this.
By Republican allies, he's someone that many Republicans, including top administration officials, believe could ultimately get through a Senate confirmation battle. Obviously, Republicans do have majority in the Senate right now. On top of that, Senator Mullin is also a firebrand. He is known for having some of these explosive exchanges, even on hearings on Capitol Hill. He is a fierce defender of the president as well. And top administration officials do believe he's someone that will be able to work more closely with the administration and more in line with the administration as compared to some of these recent incidents with Secretary Noem.
Rachel, thank you. I want to bring in our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky now. Aaron, you've been covering the Department of Homeland Security, the fight for funding, the outcry that it wasn't getting enough resources to do the missions that Secretary Kristi Noem wanted to execute. Your thoughts?
Kristi Noem's stewardship of the Department of Homeland Security, particularly the handling of the immigration uproar in Minneapolis, cost the Department of Homeland Security its funding, Kira. There have also been complaints by lawmakers in certain states over the way FEMA has operated and questions about readiness for natural disasters. Remember, the Department of Homeland Security has grown into this behemoth agency, but at its core is its title. It is meant to protect the American homeland. It was born after the September 11th attacks, and it appeared many critics of Kristi Noem had felt that she had become a distraction in that mission, Kira.
a distraction, and she was really crucified by lawmakers when she made comments about domestic terrorists during that whole incident in Minneapolis when the immigration agents moved in, and the death of those two advocates in Minneapolis. Just remind our viewers, Aaron, about that and how the talk really didn't stop once she made that comment and she was questioned on it.
Oh yeah, she was a mess during that time. We ain't gonna act like that those two people wasn't doing some shit that they had no business doing. Okay, let's not act like that's not the case. But she came right up here talking about, they were what did she say, y'all? She said domestic terrorists or something like that, she said. And I was like, girl, you don't even know what happened. How the hell are you making these claims? Looking crazy, child, looking crazy. Let's see what Schumer has to say. It says, Senator Chuck Schumer reacts to Kristi Noem ouster as DHS secretary.
Let's go down to CBS News political reporter Hunter Woodall, who joins us from Capitol Hill, where I'm sure the halls are abuzz with this latest news. But Hunter, before we get to the latest reporting that you are gathering, we did hear from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on the Democratic side. Let's go ahead and hear from him.
Mr. Leader, some Democrats are saying that they think this might make it easier for your negotiations.
That's up to them. They've been stonewalling us.
But you're in the
they've been stonewalling us on the most important issues, and those have to change, and they have to change them.
Well,
we have to change them by legislation, because any one person, I don't trust any one person being in charge of this agency as long as Trump is president, given the policies he's espoused, given how ICE has been structured. The rot is deep.
Does that mean the Democrats are going to block any nominee from getting through?
As I said, he's got to change the whole policies in ICE. It's not a personnel issue, so I wouldn't focus on that.
And so a legislative fix has to come before you.
All right. So, Hunter, if a look says 1,000 words, that look he gave to that reporter who was interjecting certainly did with that icy glare. But catch us up to speed on where we stand on this funding debate.
Well, Lindsay, I think everything that's playing out here, obviously, we're still seeing the standoff continuing about how, Democrats, they have a little bit of leverage here in this battle about how to fund DHS. Now, obviously, everything going on overseas has cast a little bit of pressure on Democrats to help Republicans on something. But clearly, especially with the news today from the president saying there's going to be this change in leadership at DHS, it does add a new level of scrutiny. Democrats are obviously very upset with how the Department of Homeland Security has conducted itself, has conducted operations during the Trump administration. And we're watching at a point where Democrats voters, their base, really want to see Democrats fight back more. So when you get now,
child, you can want all you want. Now, who thinks that they're going to change how they're doing shit? I don't. Now, the question of, will you block it? Of course they're going to block it regardless, because that's all they do. Each of them is cause chaos for the other one. They're really not trying to work together. She came right out and said they was domestic terrorists. I'm like, girl, that shit just happened 15 minutes ago. How the hell you know that already? I did say that. Then yesterday or the day before, you listening to them ask her about her alleged affair. I thought maybe that was the reason. But y'all know they sat up there and went over to, gave her a job over there in the Americas, the Western Hemisphere, or whatever the hell it is they say. Making
they're going to have an opportunity in a Senate confirmation battle about the new DHS secretary, or the next nominee of the DHS secretary, Mark Mullen, the Oklahoma senator, to really raise questions, raise concerns. And that's coming just at such a critical time after, obviously, all the tumult we saw in Minnesota and the deaths of 2 American citizens.
What other reaction are you tracking?
It was notable as I came over here to get in front of the camera. I was one of the reporters who Senator Roger Wicker of Mississippi was speaking to. There's a certain level of just unexpectedness here. Obviously, Secretary Noem, the DHS secretary, had faced a lot of scrutiny and questions, as you've outlined earlier in this program. But Roger Wicker, the Mississippi senator, told me he was actually just at lunch with Mark Mullen, the Oklahoma senator who President Trump is picking to be the successor to Kristi Noem. And he said Senator Mullen was at lunch, got up abruptly, left a full plate of food on the table, and that just kind of shows perhaps how unexpected this is and how unknown this was before today.
How typical is it for the president to announce these kind of personnel changes via Truth Social?
Well, you pointed out earlier, this does feel very reminiscent of the...
How he does everything that he does. He goes to his damn internet, but shout out to him for having an internet, right? Let's see what Fox has to say. Breaking: Trump fires Kristi Noem, names replacement.
Today, after a difficult couple of days on Capitol Hill in both the House and the Senate for Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, she is being replaced. Senator Mark Mullen is now going to take over her job. The president making the announcement on
on Truth Social just a short time ago. He writes, quote, "I'm pleased to announce that the highly respected United States Senator from the great state of Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullen, will become the United States Secretary of Homeland Security effective March 31st of this month, of this year. The current Secretary, Kristi Noem, who served us well and has had numerous and spectacular results, especially on the border, will be moving to be Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas, which is a new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere that they're announcing on Saturday at Doral in Florida. The president says, I thank Kristi for her service."
So in other words, she gets a whole startup, y'all. She gets a whole startup. So if y'all get fired, do you get a whole startup job? This is not even announced. Will be announced on Saturday. She already in charge. Child, this is all a shit damn show. It's a shit show. What the fuck? This is crazy. This is ridiculous.
At Homeland. So this comes amid reports that the president was none too pleased about the advertising campaign money that came to light during these hearings, Sandra. And so just in the last 24 hours, we've heard a lot of rumors that Mark Wayne Mullen may be tapped for DHS, and now it appears the president has made that decision, and that's going to happen at the end of the month.
Yeah, there was some reporting leading up to this that this could be the case. No confirmation had been made by the president himself until now, but there was reports of frustration inside the White House over some of the actions taken on the part of Kristi Noem. Looking at the announcement, though, and looking at the touting President Trump does of Mark Wayne McMillan's record 10 years in the U.S. House of Representatives, 3 in the Senate, the president says he's done a tremendous job with the people of Oklahoma. As the president pointed out, somewhere he did very well. So obviously, this is breaking news just now. President Trump making the formal announcement that that DHS Secretary Kristi Noem will be replaced. John.
And also the president taking note of Mark Wayne Mullen's status as a former undefeated professional MMA fighter, also the only Native American in the Senate. Let's bring in Jackie Heinrich. She's at the White House. The timing of this, I guess, was a little bit of a surprise. We didn't expect. Quite this soon, but it was certainly expected.
Well, you know, John, this president has been reluctant to shuffle his staff since really early in his second term when he moved National Security Advisor Mike Waltz over to Ambassador of the UN. Since then, he's kept all of his folks sort of in position, weathered whatever criticism comes their way. And Kristi Noem, the DHS Secretary, has faced a turbulent period in the last few weeks amid the fallout, the response to the ICE deportation campaign in Minnesota, some public statements that she made. And then most recently this week, her testimony on Capitol Hill, there were reports that her defense of her campaign, her ad campaign, $200 million in spending, that prominently featured her sometimes on horseback, claiming that—
Oh, that was an ad. Oh my God, girl, what?
The president, according to these reports, had approved of that, reportedly upset him. He wasn't happy about giving the impression that he had sort of authorized that amid this broader administration effort to—
Child, if that's the case, she probably is having an affair, allegedly, with Lewandowski. Allegedly, I said.
Root out fraud. So she's being moved now into another role. The Special Envoy for the Shield of the Americas, a new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere that they're announcing on Saturday. The president's been, defensive of Kristi Noem for the last several weeks as she's faced questions about her ability to carry out her duties. He regularly pointed to the success closing the southern border, the fact that there have been no illegal immigrants caught and released into the interior of the U.S. for several months, the fact that overdoses and murders are at historic lows, and pointed to those successes to sort of boost her up and defend keeping her in place. But it seems like that testimony on Capitol Hill might have been a turning point. There were also some reports that FEMA funding that was stalled suddenly came through after questioning. And so this is a rapid development, of course, and something we didn't expect until potentially after the midterms. This is a strange time for the president to make that major of a shakeup. But there was, sort of the writing on the wall after he elevated Tom Homan, his border czar, to take a more prominent role in the ICE deportation campaign. It's well reported that there's been a long—
Oh, shout out to Tom. I support that. Always. Shout out to Tom.
Standing rift between Homan and Noem about how this should be handled, sort of the firmer approach versus the softer touch that Homan went in and sort of cleaned up amid all of that public scrutiny over what transpired in Minnesota. Of course, the policy still stands. The president's policy and the goal of deporting any illegal immigrant in the country and certainly prioritizing those who are guilty of crimes does still stand. But the president faced questioning about how much he wanted to defend her. And it seems in the past few weeks that that patience might have worn out.
I don't think that's a demotion. I honestly think it's a promotion if she's going to be in charge of the Western Hemisphere. I think it's a promotion, honestly. But maybe I'm wrong. I'll let y'all let me know. Anyway, so Kristi's out. Miller, I think his name is in. And Tom Homan should have been in charge anyway. Tom Homan, also known as Uncle Granddaddy, out here making bank. Oh, of course. Hell yeah. President Trump took good care of Tom Homan. He's good people. I love it. I love him myself. A real man, not LTM, child. F them LTMs. I can't take it. All right. So that's what's going on with Kristi. Let's move on to Timmy, because they talking to Timmy, child. I don't know if this was yesterday or this must have been yesterday. Hold on a second. Tim Walz. This is the 4th this was yesterday, 4th of March. Jim Jordan brings the receipts to accuse Tim Walz of lying about fraud to his face. Okay? Woo! Oh, come on. Hold on. This is good, too. Come on. StreamYard. They just came straight out with the shit. All right, let me rewind the channel. Don't miss none of this.
Recognizes the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Mr. Jordan from Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor, why didn't you tell the truth? Why didn't you just tell the truth about the Feeding Our Future program? This program, my understanding, received $3 million the first year. Within a couple years, was getting $200 million of taxpayer money. Whistleblowers raised concerns, as the chairman said.
From $3 million to $200 million? Was Christie involved with this shit, child? This is worse than Christie Noem, ain't it?
Auditors raised concerns. Everybody raised concerns. March 30th, 2021, the payments are stopped. And a little over a month later, the payments are restarted. Why didn't you tell the truth about why you restarted the payments?
Well, Chairman, we did tell you. And Feeding Our Future grew because of the pandemic. And
I asked that question. I said, why didn't you tell the truth about why you restarted the payments? The payments stopped because there were concerns. Obviously, we wouldn't stop the payments. Then they restarted a month later. What was the reason for restarting the payments?
my understanding was the agency believed that the court had required them to make those payments.
And that was false, wasn't it? You repeated that. You said that, didn't you? You said that's why you said the reason you restarted is because the court ordered you to do so. Is that right?
Oh, I like this, y'all. Back to the fraud, child. Back to the fraud.
I don't believe that is settled yet, to the best of my knowledge.
Well, I think it is, because the court did something that I don't know if I've ever seen it. They issued a statement saying you were wrong in what you were saying. This is from the court. It says, Feeding Our Future versus Minnesota Department of Education, correcting reports and statements by Governor Tim Walz concerning orders issued by the courts. Here's what the judge says. Governor Tim Walz told the media that the Minnesota Department of Education attempted to end payments to FOF because of possible fraud, but that Judge Guthman ordered payments to continue in April 2021. Next sentence. That is false. So you said something wasn't true. He further states this. Judge Guthman, the court says this. Judge Guthman never ordered the Department of Education to resume payments to Feeding Our Future in April 2021 or at any other time. So I want to know, why didn't you tell the truth?
Congressman, the attorneys at the Department of Education interpreted that differently. Both of those judges are no longer on the bench. And I think that
the very first sentence, the first 7 words. This is not some unnamed source talking to the New York Times. This is not some anonymous source talking to whatever your Minnesota Star Tribune, whatever your paper is. This is the court speaking. First sentence, first 7 words. Due to inaccurate statements by the governor, Ramsey County District Court judge has issued and authorized this following news release. That's pretty straightforward. So the court's lying?
I can't tell you, Congressman, but the
somebody's lying. Somebody's lying, because you can't say the court ordered you to restart the payments, and then the court says we didn't order you to restart the payments. So either you're lying or the court's lying. And I'm just asking you, which one is it?
I just simply know what the attorneys at the agency believed, that it was a misinterpretation. And I would note that those
payments... Could it be you were trying to hide behind the court, Governor? Could that maybe be the reason why you issued the statements you did and why the court had to do something you never see done before? They issue a press statement saying you're wrong. The governor is wrong. His statement is, their words, not mine, false. Could that be the reason?
That was not the interpretation of the attorneys. And you know, court work, you can appeal those, Congressman, as you well know. I'm sure
it's all about politics, Governor.
No, it's about taking care of our people, which Minnesota does better than anyone else.
$3 million. The behavioral intervention program went from $3 million to $400 million in 5 years. The housing stabilization went from $2.6 million to $104 million. The integrated community supports went from $4.6 million to $170 million in 3 years. And this is unbelievable what's happening. And you're trying to hide behind some pretend court order, some court order that didn't exist. Governor, who's Casey Magan?
I don't know who Casey Magan is.
Well, I'll tell you. Mr. Magan is a Somali American and a fraud investigator in the guy beside you's office, in the Attorney General's office. And here's what he said. There was a perception that forcefully tackling this issue might cause political backlash among the Somali community, which is a core voting bloc. Did that have anything to do with this whole fraud scheme that went on in your state, Governor?
It did not, Congressman.
It did not. So you're saying Mr. Casey Magan is lying too?
Everybody lying except for Timmy. Everybody is lying except for Timmy. He didn't want to cause any strife to the Somalis because they're a key voting bloc for y'all's asses.
I'm not.
You're the only one telling the truth in the whole state. Mr. Magan, who's a fraud investigator at the Attorney General's office, says it's politics. The court said
I couldn't speak for Mr. Magan. You asked me a question.
I know. I'm asking.
And I said no when you asked me the question.
I'm saying Casey Magan said just the opposite.
I don't know.
So the court's wrong and Casey Magan's wrong. You're the only guy right. How many people have been indicted in your state right now? Do you know, Governor?
I don't have those numbers with me.
You don't? 98 people have been indicted. You'd happen to know how many are Somali American?
I don't. We don't.
Hold on. Let me go back. Let me hear the number. I think he said 98.
Oh, when you asked me the question.
I'm saying Casey Magan said just the opposite.
I don't know.
So the court's wrong and Casey Magan's wrong. You're the only guy right. How many people have been indicted in your state right now? Do you know, Governor?
I don't have those numbers with me.
You don't? 98 people have been indicted. You happen to know how many are Somali American?
I don't. We don't investigate or prosecute people based on ethnicity, religion.
Neither do I. We shouldn't do that. But Mr. Magan is a Somali American who just said that the core one of the concerns was this is a core voting block. And I just want to know if you know how many of the 98 people have been indicted in your state are Somali.
96.
I don't. Their ethnicity is not my concern.
85% of the people indicted were Somali American in key voting block, and I think that's what drove this whole thing.
Woo! It's about damn time. Okay, get that ass. Let's move on. This is more. Byron Donalds interrogates Tim Walz about when he knew about Minnesota fraud.
Mr. Donalds from Florida.
Thank you, Chairman. Governor Walz, when did you first receive notice of potential fraud in Minnesota's social services programs?
Social service programs in general. We knew that there was issues with the CCAP program as early as 2012. And my first days in office, we started taking action.
But as governor, when were you first notified?
Before I took office.
All right, Governor Walz, former Department of Human Services Commissioner Tony Laurie testified that you were aware in early 2019 of fraud in 2 Department of Human Services administered programs. Is this statement accurate?
You're awesome.
Not that I recall. I'm not sure what he's speaking about.
You don't remember this meeting or this notification?
No, not specifically. I don't.
In March of 2019, your Office of Legal Affairs reported $5 to $6 million in alleged child care assistance program fraud. In April 2019, it was also reported that the Department of Human Services lacked proper integrity controls to control fraud. Were you aware of these reports?
Not specific reports, but because of that, my office, we put forward.
Well, if you didn't know, then that's all the more reason that your ass got to go, because it's your responsibility to know. Allegedly. Yeah, Timmy is getting grilled and we here for all of that. Shout out to Frederick Howard, a member for 20 months. I appreciate you, honey. Said, welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. Yeah. Or getting that ass Thursday. Have your choice.
To address them starting in 2019.
Is it correct that your administration was aware of the Feeding Our Future fraud as early as of May of 2020 based upon regular discussions about program irregularities?
I believe that's correct with the agency, the Department of Education, and then going back to USDA.
I'm gonna go back. Was your office notified of these fraud allegations?
Not me specifically, that they're handled internally in the administration. It happens every day.
Who was notified, Governor Walz?
The agencies do their work, the commissioners, and then if someone in my office was notified, they let me know. As governor, I make 50 decisions a day. I said I did this job for 12 years. I make more decisions in a day.
Governor Walz.
So someone was maybe notified, but the agencies are the ones that take the action.
May I ask the next question? We have it under sworn testimony in the Oversight Committee that your former chief of staff was notified directly by these various commissioners about the fraud in Minnesota.
That could be correct.
So are you saying that your chief of staff didn't notify you?
I'm saying I don't recall whether he did at that time or not, but we took action. So I'm assuming when we put our budgets together, based on that, we put a package together for that legislative session.
Let's talk about budgets, Governor.
So your chief of staff knew. Did he tell you or didn't he tell you? Because if he told you and you forgot, that's a problem. But if he didn't tell you, then that's a problem too, Timmy.
Walz, Feeding Our Future went from $307,000 in 2018 to $199 million in 2021. Are you aware of this increase in budgetary costs from Feeding Our Future?
Not specifically, but I know it increased during the pandemic.
The Housing Stabilization Services went from $27 million in 2021 to $105 million in 2024. Are you aware of this increase, Governor Walz?
Not specifically, but I know it increased.
Autism centers went from $24 million in 2019 to $342 million in 2024. Are you aware of that?
Not specific.
How are you going from thousands to millions and he don't know? This is your job. If you want to be in charge of it all, you supposed to know. He came to this daggone hearing with nothing in hand, nothing in writing, nothing. And we're supposed to believe that he didn't know anything and he's the only one telling the truth. Everybody else is lying. Timmy, if you don't go to hell, it's about time they got your ass on up here. You're full of shit. This proves your incompetence. How do you go from thousands to millions in less than 5 years and you don't know? And you don't know? Nigga, please.
$9 million in 2021. Are you aware of this increase in budgetary costs from Feeding Our Future?
Not specifically, but I know it increased during the pandemic.
The Housing Stabilization Services went from $27 million in 2021 to $105 million in 2024. Are you aware of this increase, Governor Walz?
Not specifically, but I know it increased.
Autism centers went from $24 million in 2019 to $342 million in 2024. Are you aware of that?
Not specifically again, but yes, we know the budget's increased.
Integrated community supports went from $4.6 million in 2021 to $170 million in 2024. Are you aware of that?
Again, not specifically on the numbers, but It's the budget.
Governor Walz, you have to submit a budget to your legislature every single year, like every governor has to do. If you're not aware of these increases, what was your office
Everyone
doing?
is balanced. My budget is about $72 billion. It involves 23 agencies.
Florida's budget's
69 people.
$115 billion, sir. But what were you doing if you're seeing program increases like this amid allegations of fraud in your state?
Action was being taken on these starting back in 2019. If it's
Can you describe that action that was taken in 2019?
Sure. In 2019, I'll go to the first things that we did on child care assistance.
Oh, you did bring something. Oh, but nothing on the numbers. So he got his little notebook there, but nothing on the day. Full of shit. I don't care what nobody says. Shout out to Uncle Rick. Shout out to all of y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Timmy is getting his ass grilled. This was yesterday. I don't know if they're doing anything on this today, but woo! How the hell you don't know? This your job. You want to be in charge? Be in charge of it all.
We lowered the standards on proof of administrative fraud disqualification.
Oh, you lowered the standards?
We lowered the standards for proof of administrative fraud. The standards where we had to prove it were so high it was impossible to try and do it. So we lowered what it took to show that fraud was happening.
And what did you do with the results of lowering the standards to prove fraud? What did you do?
Put 79 people in prison and.
But Governor Walz, the fraud continued to increase.
Right.
It increased under your tenure. Do you acknowledge that?
Did the numbers increase? Yes. And I tell you, when you catch people and prosecute them, it shows up at a fraud increase. I would tell you, Congressman, but because you're.
So you have 4 million, it goes up to 100 and some million. You prosecuted all these people. The fraud continues to rise. The fraud continues to rise. You put 70 some odd people in jail. Fraud continues to rise, and you don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. You ain't see nothing. I ain't see nothing. Timmy, you really think we stupid? That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like I was saying before, they wanted all that chaos so everybody could forget all about this damn fraud shit. They wanted that mess to continue. I'm glad they finally got some damn balls around here and calling these people in. Shout out to Night J. Thank you, Boo. She said, this is y'all's VP. You missed the show this morning, Night J. You weren't here this morning, were you? Shout out to those that was here this morning for the morning show. 6:15 a.m. I might do it again tomorrow, y'all. We'll see. I get to sleep in tomorrow, so we'll see. But y'all, I got no sympathy for him. Like somebody said, where Jakey at? Bring Ilyan in. Wait till Ilyan comes in here. I look forward to it.
If it increases, I got 50 seconds, Governor, and I don't want to get into a fight with you, but let me move quickly to the Lieutenant Governor. Peggy Flanagan's your Lieutenant Governor. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Does the Lieutenant Governor go on the ticket with you, or are they elected by themselves on a ballot in the state of Minnesota?
It's on a ticket.
It's on a ticket. Peggy Flanagan essentially works for you.
She has an independent office. She's a constitutional officer. She's on the ticket, but she is independent as a constitutional officer.
You could ask for her resignation at any time. Is that correct? That's typically how it works with lieutenant governors.
Yeah, but she's a constitutional officer. I don't believe that's happened in Minnesota.
Peggy Flanagan is, there are accusations that she was intimidating whistleblowers. There was a meeting on April 12th of 2024, where she went on stage and publicly denounced whistleblowers in the state of Minnesota, calling them losers in their mother's basements. Is this the type of treatment that your administration allows for whistleblowers in Minnesota?
I'm not familiar with
that. Are you aware of any intimidation of whistleblowers in the state of Minnesota?
No,
there are 30 whistleblowers who have given letters to this committee on the record saying that they have been subject to intimidation by your administration because they were trying to stop the fraud in Minnesota.
I encourage them to go to the OLA and the independent sources in Minnesota that are.
The OLA, you're the governor.
No, the OLA is the independent.
But sir, you're the governor. Why don't you take responsibility for what's going on in your state?
We do take responsibility. None of those people, I'm telling you, I have no knowledge.
But you lost billions of dollars of American taxpayer money in the process, Governor Walz.
We prosecuted these people, Congressman. I think Florida has fraud.
I would argue that the prosecutions of large.
But white people do it too. But white people do it too. That's what I'm hearing. Florida has fraud.
Actually come from the federal offices
that's
as
not
opposed
how
to the
this
state
works.
offices.
You know that we refer.
What do you mean that's not how it works? That's exactly how it works.
They're partners. They partner together. Our BCA.
Is the Attorney General allowed to investigate fraud and prosecute fraud in the state of Minnesota without the Department of Justice federally? Are you allowed to do that, Attorney General Ellison?
Yes, we do prosecute Medicaid. Yes, we do prosecute Medicaid fraud all the time. We've prosecuted over 300 people.
Apparently not enough, because Minnesota's rife with it. I yield back.
Ooh,
Mr. Donald.
Glad that the AG is there. Grill his ass too. Grill his ass too. I love this. Come on, child. We got it. This is from the Rubin Report. Watch Tim Walz lose his cool as Republican goes off script and asks this.
I have those numbers in front of me, Congresswoman.
Did you prepare for this hearing today?
Nancy Mace decided to pull an oldie but a goodie right here on Tim Walz.
Governor Walz, what is a woman? Have you learned that lesson? Do you know what a woman is?
I'm the governor of Minnesota,
You know
Congressman.
what a
I'm not
woman
here
is.
to be your prop for
Okay,
your obsession.
so
I
if you
taught middle
can't
school
define
your
what a
obsession.
woman is, you certainly can't define what fraud is. If you can't even define what a woman is, you can't define fraud. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2017, Governor?
I don't have those numbers in front
Okay,
of me, Congresswoman.
did you prepare for this hearing today? Did
I
you
did.
get any
I
preparation
take
for this hearing
Congress
today?
seriously.
And you've seen the numbers about autism fraud in Minnesota. So we're going to do some Minnesota math with you today, okay? Are you ready? How much money was spent on 2017 for autism in Minnesota? How much?
I don't know. I wasn't the governor.
Okay. Did you not just say that you prepared for this hearing today? $1 million, okay? A quick Google search or using your AI could tell you $1 million was spent. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2024?
I don't have a number in front
That's your term. That's your term, 2024.
of me.
Were you governor in 2024?
I was, but I'm not the
Okay,
head
so
of.
Oh, no, Timmy. I wasn't the governor in 2017. That's the starting point, dumbass. Oh, y'all elected. Uncle Rick, y'all elected this man. Come on. He's so LTM. I can't take it. I love this, though. Come on, Nance. Let me rewind a little bit. I knew what she was doing. How come he don't know what she's doing?
I don't have the number in front of me.
Were you governor in 2024?
I was, but I'm not the
Okay,
head
so
of
your
DHS.
excuse before that you didn't know what 2017 autism numbers were because you were not governor, and today you can't answer the numbers about 2024 as governor, and you still said you prepared for this hearing today. It's unbelievable. $343 million was spent in 2024. What percent increase is that?
From 1 million to 304. These numbers are staggering. These numbers are crazy, y'all. It's not even like you went from, let's just take small numbers. You went from 100 to 500. You went from 100 to 100,000. That's how broad this is. That's crazy. And he don't know shit? So he don't know shit. I wasn't governor in 2017. Oh, you thought you was getting away from something? Did y'all let that man run your state? Wow. To 300, it went up 342 million. Is that 343% increase? Y'all know it's math ain't my thing.
That from 1 million to 343 million. What percentage increase is that?
I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell me.
Wait, are you governor of Minnesota or not?
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay,
not.
well, when
I'm
I'm
not a
governor
prop
of
or a
South
member of
Carolina,
Congress.
you can sure as hell bet that I'm going to know the math. The math is 34,200% increase, an increase of 343 times what it was in this time period. Do you know the number of children in Minnesota?
I know that Minnesota ranked as a top 3 state for
What
children
is the
in the
total
last year.
population in Minnesota?
5.7 million.
Okay. What is the total population of children in Minnesota?
I don't have the number in front of me right
Are you governor of Minnesota?
I know 400,000 were cut out of healthcare last
Okay,
week by
that's
the
not-
decisions you made.
Are you governor of Minnesota?
I am.
And you don't know the number of children
I
residing
don't have
in
the
Minnesota?
specific number. It's 5.7 million.
Well, you got your notebook there. What the hell is in there?
That's your total
What is your age?
population.
What is the age? 0 to 5? 0 to 19?
You have approximately 1.2 million children in Minnesota.
What
I'm not
age?
even governor of South Carolina. Our population in South Carolina is 5.5 million. We have approximately 1.1 million children under the age of 18 in my home state of South Carolina. Okay, as governor.
There are just some women that can do things, okay? They not all bad.
I expect you to know this information. Thank God you're not Vice President of the United States. Do you know approximately how many children?
Yo, shout out to Nancy Mace. Thank God you are not the Vice President of the United States. That's a good one.
Children in Minnesota are autistic or on the spectrum.
No, I don't have that number.
Okay, well, if you take the CDC's roughly 1 in 36 kids are on the spectrum, we're talking about approximately 33,000 kids. In South Carolina, it's about 31,000 or so. What is, do you know what this is per child, spending-wise, in fraud for autistic kids in Minnesota?
Again, I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell us.
Is doing Minnesota math a prop? This is math. We're talking about fraud.
Minnesota ranks at the top. Where does South Carolina rank?
We're talking about money.
Where does South Carolina children rank on healthiness?
These are my questions for you. It doesn't go the other way around unless we're debating on the debate stage.
You don't need to overhaul your whole life in 2026. Sometimes it's just as simple as upgrading what's in your pantry. One of the easiest swaps you can make is... Ouch. And this is good. This is good. Republicans are getting better. They're learning to bring receipts. They're learning to use little visual cues and notes and things like that because that's powerful. So basically in 8 years, they went from $1 million for autism to $342 million. And how many people got...
And then you don't know nothing about it. You can't say nothing about it. And somebody's around here trying to act like there's probably not some fraud going on. That is too damn much. That is crazy work.
How much less autism is there in Minnesota? I'm going to guess none. I'm actually going to guess that the rates of autism actually went up.
Oh, because it was for autism. So if you were spending 1 million at one point, you went to 343, then your autism rates should go down since you're Whoever said cooked, he is cooked as he should be. Send that nigga to jail. Send that nigga to jail. All of them. When's Jakey coming, child? I might have to take the day off.
Now, that is not to say that the state can't do anything to help with certain schools or whatever. Separate argument.
No, it's over. I need more. I need more. This makes me happy. This makes me so happy. I'm telling you, we already know. That's why they wanted all that chaos to be going on so that they could step away from this shit right here. I'm telling you, I already said it. Y'all already know. You get into the weeds of this shit, that nigga don't know shit. Jakey don't know shit. How you coming with a notebook and you still don't know shit? That's ridiculous. Has anything decreased? The only thing what is decreased? Anything? You've increased in Somalians, you've increased in fraud, you've increased in the amount of money that has been used, and nothing has freaking changed. Wow. That's crazy. Shout out to Trey. I appreciate you, boo. He said he's probably like his buddy Gavin Newsom with the 970 SAT scores or ACT scores, whichever one it was. I believe it. But everybody is trying to say that autism is everything now. Is it because they don't want to say Rett anymore? They now call it autism. Because when I was a child, they called it being retarded. I'm saying it. When I was a child, it was called being retarded. So did they just change the name because they think that this sounds better? Is it the same thing? I don't know. Because I ain't heard autism so much except for in the last damn 5 years. It's crazy. I don't even know where that word came from. I'm not saying it's a thing, but I believe that they didn't use that to go get benefits, disability, SSI, all that type of stuff. Y'all tell me. Come on, let's see what's going on Forbes thing right here. Let's look at Auntie Maxine, child. Let's see what she doing. Real quick. I love this. More.
Maxine Moore, the gentlewoman from California, is recognized.
Thank you very much. I am especially concerned about Iran's stockpile of enhanced uranium, which could be used at any time. I want you to know that the president has said, I want that the nuclear capability of Iran had been obliterated. However, prior to the first Trump administration, the U.S. was able to monitor the status of Iran's uranium under an agreement called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JPOA. The U.S. negotiated this agreement with Iran in 2015, but Trump withdrew from the JCPOA in 2018. Now we have no way to track the status of Iran's dangerous uranium stockpile.
Okay, I did hear that. She right.
This war must be stopped. I urge my colleagues to vote for the resolution.
And Lady Oates, gentleman from...
Oh, that's it.
The gentlewoman from California.
That wasn't good enough. I gave you a chance, Maxie. I gave you a chance. Let me see what else is going on. Because, child, I have to take a look at Forbes a little bit more, y'all. Any more with Jakey? That's all I care about. Y'all keep me posted if you hear any more of this type of stuff, though. All right? I love it. Oh, that's Christy's hearing from the other day. This ninja was talking a second ago, Hakeem Jeffries, and all he was saying was American people. And I'm like, you are driving me nuts. Is this the one we saw yesterday or the other day?
The gentlelady from California is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And thank you, Secretary, for joining us. Finally, you are in charge of protecting the homeland. And so your judgment and the judgment of your senior staff can be the difference between life and death. So I think that judgment would need to be unassailable. Why then, is the question, have you made Corey Lewandowski your de facto chief of staff who possesses an unchecked level of power at DHS? Under your leadership, this person has done things like fire your FEMA administrator while sitting behind your desk, which is your job to do, lobby to build the controversial detention facility known as Alligator Alcatraz, which has turned into a legal boondoggle costing Florida millions, and have veto and reviewing and signing power over large DHS contracts and grants, which again...
Well, then will Timmy be taken out from being the governor? I know he's not doing re-election. Since Christie had to go, I wonder, does Timmy get a new job?
Is your job. DHS has critical agency components like the Secret Service, FEMA, Border Patrol, cybersecurity. So does Corey Lewandowski have national security experience, military experience, law enforcement experience? No, he is a lobbyist.
She hired him. She hired Lewandowski.
A failed campaign manager. which is causing my constituents who are waiting for their FEMA dollars and me to wonder what are his qualifications for this job. So according to the Wall Street Journal, you and Mr. L have a close relationship that has made President Trump, quote, uncomfortable. The president reportedly denounced Corey Lewandowski as your chief of staff due to reports of a romantic relationship.
Oh, Lewandowski is the chief of staff. Woo!
Between the two of you. So instead, you designated him as a special government employee, a position he has had well beyond the allowed 130 days and requires him to disclose if he is making money off of his position. Trump knows that this guy is shady. Corey has a decades-long record of physical battery.
Are they giving Trump credit? Is that why the sun is not shining? Are they giving Trump credit?
Harassment, illegal lobbying for a Venezuelan oil company, and bringing a loaded gun into a federal building. Despite being fired or removed from virtually every position he has ever held due to misconduct, he now wields unchecked, unconfirmed, undisclosed power over your department. This person has no experience running anything close to Department of Homeland Security or even advising someone in your position. He is unqualified, which again has left my constituents and I wondering why he is your top official. So Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
and
my-
ma'am, one thing that I would tell you is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So reclaiming
and
my
as an
time,
advisor,
Secretary, it is
has
okay for
no,
you to be
no
offended
authority
by
to
the
be making
question.
any
It is
decisions.
okay for you to
Has
be
no
offended
authority
by the
to be,
question.
She said it's okay for you to be offended by the question. Child, why is this better today than it was the other day?
But it is
decisions
also
and
a
putting
real
up your
question.
position. So what I would say
And
to
you should be able to
is
answer
that
the
what we do
question
at the Department of Homeland
clearly
Security every single
and without
day,
any hesitation.
every single day is to protect
if
this
someone
country
is
and to
asking
make
if
decisions.
you or any federal official is sleeping
have-
with their subordinate, that should
I
be
have-
the easiest. You should be wanting to answer that question
Is garbage?
because it is not about
It is
your sex
offensive
life.
that you have brought
It is
that up.
about your
But
judgment.
that kind of garbage
It is
has
about
been refuted
reclaiming
for
my
years,
time so
and
that
you
I
need
can
to
hear myself
recognize-
out there.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from California, but it'd be nice if you would let her respond.
I will. I want to let you know it is about your judgment and decision making. It is about the 260,000 employees that work under you that want to make sure that you are giving information and making decisions clearly. It is about conflict of interest. It is about a national security risk. Department of Homeland Security was created right after 9/11 to protect the homeland. And DHS has circulated an internal bulletin to law enforcement partners warning that the conflict of the war we're in could inspire lone actors or small-scale cyber activity inside the United States, according to a memo obtained by ABC News. So American lives are at risk. The people who work for you are at risk. And they want to know that the person at the top, you, are making decisions clearly without any sort of cloudiness. And that they're your decisions because you're the secretary who was confirmed. That's what this is about. Saving the lives of Americans and not costing them millions of dollars and not having a secretary who's compromised in her decision making. And Mr. Chair, before I yield my time, I would like to enter into the record some articles and I'm asking for unanimous consent. Noem tightens her grip on DHS. Lewandowski fired FEMA admin.
Without
Also,
objection.
okay. The next one is Kristi Noem secretly took a cut of political donations from ProPublica.
Without objection.
Kristi Noem fires pilot over a blanket, but is forced to reinstate him to fly home. Wall Street Journal.
Without objection.
Lewandowski taking out trash at Noem's D.C. home. Daily Beast.
Without objection.
Barbie's Mile High Privacy Chamber with alleged lover exposed. Wall Street Journal. How Corey Lewandowski became Kristi Noem's gatekeeper at DHS.
Without objection.
A pilot fired over Kristi Noem's missing blanket and the constant chaos inside DHS. Wall
Objection.
Street Journal. Police charge Trump campaign manager with assault. PBS News.
Without objection.
Woman who accused Corey Lewandowski of assault speaks out. I don't want this to happen to anyone else. CBS News. Lewandowski's firm quietly inked deal with Venezuela-owned company Politico.
Objection.
List of U.S. cities raising security amid Iran conflict. Newsweek.
Objection.
Kristi Noem, I have a few more, I'm sorry. Kristi Noem misled Congress yesterday about top aides' role in DHS contracts.
Objection.
Policy number 10271 from ICE. It is an anti-fraternization policy prohibiting romantic or sexual relationships between supervisors and their subordinates. And with that, I yield.
Without objection. Gentleman from Texas, recognized 5 minutes.
Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. Corey isn't compared to, or he is compared to her husband. Hold on, y'all. Hey. Yo. Yeah. I appreciate it. All right, I'll call you back. All right, bye. Anyway, that was the best. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Y'all find any more? Lauren, shut up. Keeping me abreast on this stuff. Let me know if you see anything else. So we've already looked at this. Let me give y'all the updates on two kids found in a suitcase. Sorry, y'all, if you haven't heard. All right, woman arrested for red rum of child endangerment. Now, you would think that this would be the mom, right? Now, it could be, but I'm thinking based off of the age and the age of one of the kids that it probably isn't. So where's the mom? Where's the dad? Where's the school? Are you kidding me? Not again. What the fuck?
I appreciate it.
Testing. Anybody got time for another damn microphone? All right, it's better.
I love it.
All right. Anyway, let me let this damn thing play.
News alert.
We begin with several breaking updates on the two little girls found dead in suitcases. 19 News has just confirmed with a law enforcement source that the 28-year-old woman arrested last night for murder is connected to the deaths of these two girls. Thanks for joining us this noon. I'm Nicole Versansky. We want to get right to 19 News reporter Brittany Weir. She's been following this story. She joins us live with more of these breaking developments. Brittany.
Yes, Nicole, 19 News has confirmed that 28-year-old Elia Henderson was booked into Cuyahoga County Jail last night for murder and child endangering. Police also revealing that there was a third child who lived in that home where Henderson was found. That child is now under the care.
If she's not the mother, then she was probably a foster care person. You know what I mean? Like she had these kids probably for foster care or something. This is ridiculous.
Of the Department of Family and Children Services. Neighbors also telling 19 News last night that Henderson lives at that home on East 162nd Street, where police served a search warrant. This is just feet from where a dog walker made the shocking discovery Monday evening in a field near Ginn Academy in South Collingwood neighborhood. Investigators believe one was between 8 and 13 years old, and the other little girl who was found was between 10 and 14 years old. The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner confirmed Wednesday that those two girls are half siblings. Later this afternoon, investigators are expected to release the names of those young girls.
Part of the investigation led us to this home, and it's been a nonstop, ongoing investigation. Our homicide unit, it's often not said, but they have been working around the clock in this investigation.
Now, it is important to note that police did make this arrest just 48 hours again after that discovery was made Monday night, but they're still in the early stages of this investigation, so they are still asking anyone with information about this case to please give them a call. Live in Cleveland, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
Brittany, thank you. And we did just get a statement from Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb on this case that we know has deeply impacted so many of you. The mayor says, I want to thank our homicide detectives and members of the Division of Police for their incredible work in this case. Their dedication and persistence led to a quick arrest in connection with the tragic deaths of two young children whose bodies were discovered earlier this week. This has shocked our community. We love and protect our young people, and the loss of these two children is unimaginable. Our hearts are with everyone who is grieving this tragedy.
I'm still trying to understand, where's school at in this as well? Where's the school? Were they reported missing? I guess that technically could be a mother. If she's 28 and one is 14, she would have the kid at 14, which is crazy. But, you know, I guess it could be technically something. But child, this is ridiculous. I'll make sure I figure out what the hell is next. This is crazy. Sorry, y'all. I had to let y'all know what was going on. We gotta keep on top of that one, and the one with the boys and that girl, which again I think that's a little fishy, but we'll get to that. Let me see. All right, let's get back to Jazzy. All right, let's get back to Jazzy. So you know Jazzy lost. And all the blacks are saying that it's black men's fault. You sassy straights. Then come to find out it was the Latinos that did not vote for Jazzy. But it's still racism regardless. Now you got Plies out here trying to say, Latinos, do you rock with us or do you rock with white people? I'm trying to understand why the hell it is that you try and find out. What the hell is that going to do to push anything forward? So what you gonna do if they say they don't? Clear, what do you gotta ask for? They didn't vote for her. Always try and look for something. I'm a little confused. Sir, you already know. You already know. I have another video, but yeah, I was going to talk or look at TikToks first. But I want to go back to Tim Black in order to go over what he was saying about it as well. But we can start with the TikToks, child, because this is never ending. It's never ending.
This may sound harsh to some people, but let this be a lesson to Jasmine Crockett as well as the woman in Bell, California. No matter how much you seek to protect them, no matter how much you try to say that their lives are important and things like that, they will never protect you nor put you in office. They will never, ever put you first. They will never, ever use your likeness to represent them. They will not. You will be used as a voice to protect them. Meanwhile, they discard you. This is not meant to be mean. This is just a learning phase. And don't worry, because I'll be the first to admit I was a Democrat. Do not worry, because them motherfuckers on the other side, trash. Both, trash. I don't care. Two sides of the same coin. It doesn't matter to me. But when she started talking about that and using our stories as to justify as to the reason why other people outside of us should get all of these things and they should do all of these things, she lost me. Why would you use us as the buffer, basically as the grounding or the foundation to uplift others as to why they need protection and not the actual foundation? So, sorry.
I'm about to say something real controversial, and please don't jump me. Jasmine Crockett is going to lose her Senate race. I'm saying that because she supports Israel.
I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like What's that on a beat, bro?
Oh, it's straight out of Congress.
Yes, I heard the news after Representative Jasmine Crockett's crushing defeat in the Texas Democratic Senate primary race to James Tallarico. Has she now decided that she's gonna sue? What's the latest on this story? Let's get into it. So let's break it down. Yeah, she's suing, y'all. Representative Jasmine Crockett suffered a crushing defeat in the Texas Democratic Senate primary race to James Tallarico.
But I thought that she should just accept it. Like when, who sued? Didn't Trump sue? And I remember the last person that sued was Al Gore, if I'm not mistaken, way back when. Did Hillary sue? Like, people just be suing. And she was like, let it go, you lost. Now she want to sue.
Tallarico, but that's not exactly why she's suing. After all the numbers came in, Jasmine Crockett actually called James Tallarico to concede the race. And Jasmine Crockett is now actually calling for voters to unite behind Tallarico and flip Texas. And voter data now shows that James Tallarico was propelled to victory largely due to Hispanic voters, despite the fact that Jasmine Crockett has been very vocally against ICE. But the cause of the controversy...
Is that the problem with the Hispanic people? Oh, no. Where are the black people now that Kennard said it? Where are they at? They ain't got nothing to say? They should be out there as far as them kids in the damn suitcases. I guess not. All right.
And the reason why Jasmine Crockett is going to sue is because of the Dallas County voting dispute that happened on the night of the election. So the cause of the controversy and the basis of the lawsuit comes from Republican-backed changes to a primary process in Dallas County with its 2.7 million residents that requires voters to cast ballots at a precinct determined by their home address. But in recent elections, voters have been able to use any voting center in the county. So basically in Dallas County, people were showing up to vote at voting centers and they were being turned away saying, oh, no, you're not at the right one.
We understand. Neither of them was shit. They think that it's going to be easier to beat the white guy as opposed to Jasmine. So that's why they wanted him in there. Yeah, he's definitely crazy. But here's the thing, Charcoal Cowboy. If people can recognize and realize that Tallarico is out of his damn mind, allegedly, how come they couldn't realize that with Ma'am Danby, Bueller? How come they can't recognize it with that lady up in Portland, if I'm not mistaken? All these people that's trying to say that everybody should have everything and anything that they want and that they are the ones that's supposed to give it to them, regardless of the fact that we are the ones that work and give the damn money by way of the damn taxes. But we don't have no say in it. If we say something, then we some obic or we some ism. So he ain't going to win. allegedly, and it's easier for them to win against him, as it should be. I mean, not that it should be easier, but they should win because anyone that's talking that stupid talk should not get elected. Now you got a depredator that's running and could possibly win. I said a depredator. You know what that is, right? And someone that's committed red rum that's running and potentially possibly about to be elected. Everybody just want everybody to have everything, and there ain't no damn standards, and no one cares about standards until it comes to them. That's some of the most ridiculous ish I've heard in my life. But then a Democrat will say, he's a 34 count felon. It's not the same. It's not the same. But a Democrat will make it be the same. And that's why you now have depredators and red rummers running and potentially about to win. Because everybody is effing out of their damn mind. The Caribbean, I'm coming. Voting data shows the Latino vote was the tipping point that pushed James Tallarico to victory over Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Crockett did extremely well with the black vote. Well, shout out to her. Because that's what they keep saying. And that's what I said this morning. Who is she trying to get? She don't even know who her audience is. If you're going to sit there and talk about white people, specifically white men, that ain't your audience. If you're going to sit here and cut for ice, I guess the Hispanics ain't your audience. You're going to sit here and say some dumb shit and act ghetto all the time. I'm not your audience. Who's your audience? Who? I don't think she knows. I'm telling you, these people just think all they got to do, shout out to Cellulite, all they got to do is say Donald Trump is bad, and that's supposed to automatically get them on up in there. Child, everybody is crazy. Everybody is crazy.
I see many people are waking up to Jasmine Crockett's crap. I don't know why y'all wasn't listening to me and other people who've been telling y'all that this woman is all for herself. Okay, she wants to be a super.
Now they all are. Let's act like we know.
Star and make lots of money off of your backs by giving your benefits, people like me and you, to the immigrants and the illegals. And let's not forget the people who she really is protecting, the Israelis and AIPAC. That's right. A lot of people will.
Child, don't forget the criminals, because if you don't think you're a criminal, then you're not a criminal.
Woke up to her defending Israel. And she tried to lie about it and said that we need to check her FEC filings and all this stuff. But everybody heard her on numerous interviews defending Israel and what they got going over there with the Palestinians and Hamas. You're black and being used, Jasmine, to go against your own people. Wake up.
Tone policing black women that are actively fighting and speaking out against oppression really makes you seem very dense. I'm going to be very honest about this, and I don't give a damn.
Anybody here oppressed, Bueller? Is anyone here oppressed, Bueller? Where the oppression at, child? All this talking you doing over here on the internet, but everybody oppressed? Where the oppression at?
Because you're not going to tone police me. Black people in America, any and everything that a black person has in America was fought for. People died for it. And people have dedicated their entire lives to ensuring that those things are not taken away. Even so much so that the work and the effort of our elders and our ancestors has benefited other people and other minority groups. That said, I've been seeing a lot of creators talk about Jasmine Crockett and, oh, well, I really like her, but I just want her message to be softer. Hey, liberal, are we talking about liberation? Please show me in the history books where people that are being systemically oppressed use a soft tone and it worked. Can you tell me? Can you show me? Stop telling black people.
Can anybody tell her and show her? Because I don't know what she's talking about. Just up here just saying shit. Girl, go do your workout.
Stop telling black people how we should react to violence that's happening to not just us, but to people in general. Why are you not outraged?
Black people, what's violently happening to y'all, Bueller? Black people, what is violently happening to y'all, Bueller? I'm just asking. I'm trying to understand what's going on. All right. All this oppression. I'm waiting for her to say slavery now.
It really just makes you all seem super out of touch and like you need to grow up. But anyways, that's it. Tone please from Black.
Anybody interested, Bueller? Sassy Straits, anybody interested, Bueller? What is going on? That shit is probably real too. Real as in she really did that on did that on purpose.
Jasmine Crockett will not win Texas.
Dang.
It's like I really can't take people who are actually taking Jasmine Crockett serious in this Texas Senate race. I can't take y'all serious because at the end of the day, she is running on all things anti-Texas. Like in Texas, she wants like more to loosen up the abortion laws. Like we believe in family here.
That's what she trying to do. That's what she doing for y'all down there in Texas. She wants to loosen up the Roe v. Wade down there. She wants to that. So I asked this morning what the heck it is that Jasmine does in her district, wherever it is that she at. And nobody gave me anything. So now we got a little bit more people. What is it? So she helping with Roe v. Wade in Texas? Okay.
We want our women to procreate and have children in Texas. She's running on stricter gun laws in Texas.
In Texas? Y'all can carry shit around freely, can't? So maybe she need to move to Jersey. So she trying to get Texas to have stricter gun control in Texas. Y'all, did I not just say you need to know your audience? So did she really think that it was just going to be only black people that was going to push her over to where she needed to go? Seriously? What is Sharia? I feel like I've heard it before. What is Sharia? But y'all, what the fuck? It's Texas.
Stricter gun laws in Texas. She wants the border to be where people can cross over and have a easier pathway to citizenship. When we will pay for.
She wants it at the border when what is his name? The governor. What is his name? I forget his name. Send all those people away. What? So she thought that after that man took all them people and sent them away into the sanctuary cities, that she was going to go and fight to have them be able to. Coloreds, blacks, FBAs, ADOS, chocolates, ebonies, African Americans, coloreds, whatever word you want to use. Does that make gosh darn sense? Thank you, Governor Abbott. Iron, thank you, boo. Hello. That's who y'all support? See, this be the problem. I said this already. This is why businesses got issues amongst black people. You don't even know who your audience is. You don't even know who it is that you are or who you should be targeting. Pause. Who you should be targeting, who you should be speaking to, who you should be in front of, who you should get in front of. So she down there touting open borders in Texas. She down there touting stricter gun control in Texas. She down there touting ABs in Texas. So in other words, either y'all dumb or y'all ain't paying attention. It's only one of the two. So it's only about her being black and a sister at the end of the day. Because y'all don't care about no damn policy on what she trying to talk about, because then none of that makes sense. And all I know is the fact that she trying to say, if you don't feel like you're a criminal, you're not a criminal. And all she does is say, wow. This is concerning, blacks. Black people, this is concerning. I am so thoroughly stunned right now, and yet I'm not. Y'all, some of y'all with the things that you've been saying, the way you feel about this damn woman and the things that she's saying in the state that she's in, This is amazing. And just because and y'all still out here thinking that Cam would have been a better choice. I know Trump got his issues, and I know he ain't the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread, but he damn sure a better choice, in my opinion, than Kamala. Wow. That is so stupid. Y'all know I don't know much about none of these states. Y'all already know my history ain't that great. But y'all, I know something about Texas. You sure she from Texas, y'all? Is she even from Texas? Girl, go to a liberal state. Go to Pennsylvania and try that shit. What the fuck? Wow. Listen, coloreds, if y'all think acting black and doing I'ma tell you and the identity shit is gonna work, good luck. Good luck to y'all. I promise you, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. Not even just for Texas. I'm just saying it's not going to work. We all aren't of that. And I think all those things are silly. I'm a firm believer in the second. I'm a firm believer that illegal people need to be sent back to where they came from, because none of us go nowhere and be there for long anyway. Expect them to take care of us and then think we just going to be there to be there. Nowhere. So why you think you can allow that shit here that's beyond insane to me. And then you want to, of all things, remember Cam opened up, pause. Remember Cam opened up in front of the AB clinic? That's what appeals to y'all? To delete your damn kids. Child, why are black people so obsessed with deleting their own spawn? Stop fucking. Stop fucking. Use some birth control. You know, there are ways to not get pregnant. You do know that, right? Bueller, did y'all know that? I mean, I know y'all know. But I'm saying, do they not know that? This is ridiculous. Every day, child, every day. And you know what somebody will say? Oh, well, the history and the way it used to be, and black people don't know, and we've been oppressed, and white supremacy, Jim Crow, all this stuff that they're going to say. And I'm going to be like, I know you fucking lying. Just use any excuse under the damn sun to absolve responsibility from not only your decisions, but what you decided to do. Like, we ain't doing that with Timmy. Y'all sitting up here trying to get that nigga a pass. After listening to those numbers, I'm not even talking about the grilling, which made it great. I'm talking about listening to the damn numbers. Y'all are ready and willing to let that go, all because you got a problem with Donald Trump. All because you don't like that man. All because you listen to these black people just say that because he's racist. Like I always say, just assume all white people are racist. Now what you gonna do? So y'all are willing to let shit burn to the fucking ground, let people do whatever, whenever, however, and anything else, and you are wishing for the failure of the United States, just so that you can say, see. He already president. Ain't shit you can do to change that shit. And y'all can't even, oh my God, this is why they can't think about, what is it now? 3 years from now, 2.5 years from now? Y'all not even thinking about that. There's no long-term thought at all. So what y'all gonna do? Democrats, what y'all gonna do? Y'all just gonna say, look what Trump did, and that's gonna be your way that you think that people are supposed to vote for whoever? I will never vote for Gavin Newsom. Never, ever, no way. Y'all was about to vote for fucking Timmy, talking about he wanted tampons in the bathroom of boys, which makes no sense on God's green earth. So y'all just go along with any dumbass thing that any dumbass says. Wow. Miss Special K, thank you. Sharia is extreme Muslim ideology where women are second class and Americans are infidels? And who wants that? I forget. And who wants that? Texas? Uncle Ray can't read the room for shit. But of course, there's not much reading going on. Argue with your mom, child. I don't care. Trey, thank you, honey. Said there's a lot of suspicious activities going on in Texas about the H-1B1 visas and the Sharia law. So do y'all think that Jasmine was going to go in there and fix all that? Do y'all think that she was going to go in there and do something about it? Anybody, Bueller? Did y'all think that she was going to have a hand in, I guess y'all wanted to be stopped. I'm not sure. I really don't understand what it really is, but I hear you. Listen, there's some people that lie to you and be like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, child. If I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So she was going to help this Sharia stuff? V-Ben, I see you. Shout out to V-Ben Israel in the building. Shout out to all of y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Their whole purpose is to turn America to Sharia law. People in Texas want this? That seems strange. That seems strange. Who in Texas wants that? I guess that's the question. Who in Texas wants Sharia? Jasmine wasn't going to do a damn thing. Jasmine doesn't want the money. Jasmine wants the money and not the responsibility. Okay. Sharia is what Muslims follow. Okay. So they want Texas to accept it? I don't see Texas accepting that. I can see Minnesota doing it. I don't see Texas doing it. Alabama governor outlawed Sharia law. Okay. The Muslims living in Texas, child, take that on back to where they come from. Where they come from? I don't know where Muslims come from. Don't come for me. I don't know it all. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Nobody wants it. I'm not looking for it. How in the hell would anybody come up and say that you want Sharia law? Hold on. If Sharia law means that the women become second-class citizens, what the hell did these biatches fight for in order to go for something that put you as a... Y'all lying to me. This what biatches want? This what biatches want? Teachers of Muhammad. Child, Muslims are pushing hard for Sharia law in Texas while Texans are fighting back against it. Muslim numbers are also increasing steadily too. Stay on guard, Texas, and don't be arrogant. Just look at New York. That is true. That is true. How the hell are they gonna let this shit happen after all this alleged fighting and feminism and then become a second class? Child, this is all the more reason. If you biatches are supporting this shit just to be contrarian, this is why y'all can't be put in the high places. Y'all definitely can't be put in high places because y'all don't have the sense that God gave you in any realm. I can't. They don't understand the definition. I'm getting what you're saying. As soon as you said a second-class citizen to a woman, they should be up in arms. Y'all fought for nothing. Y'all fought to give it up. Pause. Y'all did all this pain in the ass shit and you're in the situations you are in order to turn around and say, you know what? But then again, like somebody said, they voted in Ma'am Danby. So, They say they came here to be free, but they really want to change America. I can't take it. I can't take this. Anti-Sharia law and Quran is the Muslims' teaching. Yes, I have a friend of mine that's Muslim. They practice polygamy and have multiple wives. I saw that in Iraq when I deployed. Right. So in other words, these biatches fought against all this shit to be in charge, to be able to be equal to men, so that I don't have to be not me. They don't have to be oppressed. They don't have to listen to no man. I do what I want in order to usher in something that's going to make you a second-class citizen and make you a possible 1 out of 7 to someone. When y'all sitting up here talking about you choosing a goodbye. Ciao, goodbye. Ciao, all y'all doing is 1, let me know I got to get the fuck out of here ASAP. And 2, that I already was right with these biatches ain't shit and are crazy. They don't know what they doing except for out here just being half damn crazy. Now, none of that shit makes any sense whatsoever. Ridiculous. They strong, independent women will always fall because it doesn't make sense. All right, y'all. Child, this is ridiculous. Let me do a few more of these, then we're moving on.
Already stated, we encourage each
girl. Oh, that's old.
Black folks. Jasmine Crockett came out and said they have put a
slave patrols, and they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
You just voted. You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm
No,
down.
no, 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 because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Miss
games?
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And you
yelling.
don't want me
Calm
to
down.
no,
Can you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
Order.
Chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognize.
We talking about the way she talk. Y'all should be talking about the way she talk. Y'all can't go to work and act like this. Most of y'all can't go to work and act like this. But y'all think because she black and I'm black that we supposed to accept this? Fuck that. No. Have some fucking decorum. This is where you get the ghetto and ratchet from. You don't have to act like this. And then as soon as somebody call y'all's asses angry black woman, then you're gonna be mad, but you support this shit. Child, please.
Not cute.
Miss Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. 4 minutes. Let Miss Green talk, and then you all can. I'll recognize.
But I moved to strike her words for a second time based on her second set of personal remarks attacking another member.
Who? Chairman Comer.
Because you all cannot
I have an
seem
amendment at
to
the desk,
apply
and this
the rules
sideshow
of the
needs to
committee.
stop.
We have to do this every time.
Hey, I'm recognized. I'm recognized. I'm going to go ahead and start talking.
Look, I know. Look, I don't know if you noticed it. I have 2 hearing aids. I'm very deaf.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not understanding.
MTG was crazy too, child. Trust me, I ain't supporting her ever. But Jasmine's still wrong regardless of all that. But you know, this is stars, love all that until they get called out for the shit. Then all of a sudden, everybody racist. Child, please.
Okay, how do we allow this to happen? How is this possible? I'll tell you why. Because these racist white Republicans closed the polls early in order to sabotage her from winning the Democrat primary. That's the reason why these racist white Republicans sabotage, because they're afraid of her.
The racist white Republicans did this in the Democratic runoff. Oh, got it.
Donald Trump is afraid of her. Obviously, everybody knows he's.
Donald Trump is afraid of y'all just be out here saying shit.
He's afraid of her. And that's the reason why. Because they close the polls at 7 p.m. I know the polls always close at 7 p.m., but they close them in Dallas in general. In Dallas, they turned away 43 people from the polls because apparently it was too late, whatever that's supposed to mean. 43 people, and as you can see, it would have made up the difference. She would have won the primary.
43 people would have made the difference. 43 people would have made the difference. Chief the Pirate Hunter said after researching why she lost her own party, said she ran a fucking terrible campaign if she's running one at all. Also, I think it's funny that she used Cardi B, a known assailant. Oh, that's okay. What? How dare you come over here and think that you can use some logic up in this piece? How dare you think you can lose some logic? Forget all of that Cardi B stuff, cha. It's okay. It's okay that she was just rubbing her you-know-what in the middle of her concert, which is where she should do it. But then Jasmine wants to use her as the face. Child, please. These people are out of their damn minds. But because everybody's allegedly black, then that makes everything okay. And we're supposed to ignore it all and go along with the bullshit.
But they closed the polls and turned away 43 people in Dallas in general, because everybody knows Dallas is 100% black. Dallas is 100% black. There's no other people that live in Dallas, as you can see. No other people live in Dallas. So they made sure that they targeted Dallas in general because Donald Trump is terrified of her. These racist Republicans have got to get out of there. They took away.
Thank you for letting me know. Who just said that? It's sarcasm. It's sarcasm. Because, child, I'm like, what in the world? Yeah, it's sarcasm. That's what it says up here. Sarcasm mode. Shout out to, who is that? Keita. Oh.
The queen. We love Jasmine. We worship Jasmine Crockett. She's exactly what we need to take down Donald Trump. He needs to be impeached. And she was a person. I don't know anything else she stands for, but I do know that she just wanted to take down Donald Trump. And that's all we care about. You can't tell us that we're stupid. We're not. IE is smart. IE is smart. I knows how to read, okay? I know how to read. I'm going to get my GED soon. So take my opinion. This is what they did. They hate Jasmine Crockett because they're afraid of her. That's the only reason why she lost to this racist white Democrat, because the Democrats hate her too. Okay, how do we allow this to happen?
As long as racism exists and niggas with 2-inch dicks flourish in this country, Jasmine Crockett and women like her are going to continue to be robbed. So let's talk about this race, because the way that some of y'all are
This is not sarcasm now, y'all. This is not sarcasm.
explaining it got people feeling like they missed something. And if you're sitting there thinking, wait, that story don't feel complete, baby, you are not crazy. So I'm going to walk y'all through what actually happened. Yes, the numbers say that.
Well, at least you don't have a nose bull ring. But child, if you come out here with a bonnet on, there's nothing that you're going to say that I would ever listen to. I mean, for the content, of course. But in real life, no.
James Tallarico won the Democratic primary by about 8 points. And that's real. We don't argue with the facts over here. But the part that folks keep skipping over is how we got there. Because on election day in Dallas County, which is Jasmine Crockett's political home base, voting was chaotic as fuck. People showed up ready to vote like they always do, only to find out the rules had suddenly changed like they always do for us. For years, folks have been voting at any polling location in that county. And this
raise your hand if you've never, ever had a problem voting. Raise your hand if you have never, ever. I am 54 years old. I've never, ever had a problem with voting. This is amazing. Not once. And I always vote. Not once. Anybody? Bueller? Okay. Never. No. Well, why do these people always seem to have all these damn problems? Why do these people always seem to, and you know what they do to us? To who? I'm an owl right now. Who? Never. Even after moving, even after marriage, even after kids. Not that that means anything. I showed my kids, I took them to be registered to vote. I took them the first time to go vote. They've never had a problem. They've been voting ever since. They've never had a problem. Why do y'all always have problems? Who are these black people? What is wrong with y'all? What is the problem? I'm so confused. I'd be so confused. I think these people be lying just to go ahead and fit this damn narrative. Prince is in the building. Thank you, boo. He said the ninjas vote. The ninjas vote makes up a small percentage. You can't alienate snow people when they are the majority. I'm telling you, they do not think. These people are not thinking with regard to anything. They don't even know who their target is. I've been saying it all day. You don't even know who your target is. You cannot alienate. They're technically alienating enough black people, in my opinion. They've definitely alienated me. I don't know about yeah. Obviously, Texas is not my issue, but you're never going to come around and come around in a bonnet and I'm ever going to listen to you. Come around with a nose thing in your nose and I'm ever going to listen to you. A bunch of piercings on your face, I'm never going to listen to you. And you can't come to me ghettofied. I'm never going to listen to you. Never. So if that's all y'all got, or you want to send a liberal white woman to me, never going to listen to her. So it's only men I'm going to listen to. You can think that it has something to do with how I feel about men. I do. I don't think that they as fucking crazy as you biatches are. Y'all don't even know what you're doing. I'd like to follow a plan, please. That's why I'm like, can you give me the A to Z straight? Don't take me all over the damn place. Like, why is that weird? Y'all continue with your chaos. I'll be over here, all right? I will take real men. I hate to say that. Men that are not LTM before I will ever listen to a low testosterone male that thinks that he can have a child and that's got a bunch of crap on their face because all this shit is for attention. If you need that much attention as a man, I can't know you. Not most. The men that I know don't need all this attention. They don't. None of them. None of them. So that's like being a woman. That's where low testosterone male comes from. Child, going over there with them. Y'all already know how I feel about biatches. They ain't shit anyway, and they will go and take the shit away that you have just because they want it. I know this to be true, okay? They can go argue with their mom. They go argue with their mom. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mom. Tellerico, LTM, for sure. For sure. You're sitting up here saying that everybody should be able to do anything. So in other words, y'all don't want no rules. Y'all don't want no laws until something affects you. Then all of a sudden you want the same oppressor that you don't want to come and help you and come to your rescue. Because what would y'all do with regard to, for those people that think that that's how it should be, and I know it's not y'all, what would you do, God forbid, if you came upon what's going on in Cleveland with those 2 kids in the suitcases? Who would y'all go to? What would you do? Who gonna take care of that? Who? Then y'all gonna be mad and say it's racism. Y'all cause most of these problems. Y'all cause most of these problems. And like somebody said earlier, I think it was Lawrence, you can't sit up here and alienate the biggest base and then think that you're going to win something. That has nothing to do with people being racist. That has to do with you not knowing what the fuck it is that you're doing at the end of the day and not knowing who your damn audience is. Why wouldn't you want all of the votes? Like, y'all are so fucking short-term thinking. Y'all don't think shit through. You're not losing because of racism. You're losing because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And you cannot depend on just black people to fucking win. Just like you cannot just depend on black people to become wealthy. You jackasses. Anyway, what the hell do I know? Come on, bonnet wearer.
Time they had to go to specific precincts, okay? Now, a lot of people didn't know this until they were already standing in line. Then the election website crashed. The lines got longer. Court started arguing about whether polls should stay open longer. So when Jasmine Crockett says that voters were disenfranchised, she is not just blowing smoke up people's ass to hear herself talk, because people genuinely were confused and they were turned away. Now, here's the part where we got to keep it growing, okay? Tyler Rico did not just appear out of thin air and win. He ran a campaign. He raised a lot more money. And he built a message that was designed to like reach the moderate religious voters.
Oh, you mean he had a plan? You mean he had a plan? Wow. He had a plan to reach moderates and he had some money. Nothing. Jasmine Crockett, just loud, ghetto, ratchet, and Trump is bad, and alienate white people. Oh, that's a great plan, girl. Great plan. Can't imagine why you lost.
Right. That strategy definitely worked this time. But we also need to talk about the double standards that have lots of people, going crazy, because we've been watching it in real time. Because the last couple of years, Jasmine Crockett has been dragged up and down the internet for being too aggressive, too loud, too confrontational. Y'all remember when people tried to paint her as reckless because she called out corruption and political hypocrisy in the Congress? Okay, so y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Now, here's the funny part.
No, ma'am, we don't know what you're talking about. You mean she was doing her job? She don't get brownie points for that. Do your fucking job and leave the TikToks and the games to kids.
James Tallarico has been outspoken. He's taken strong progressive stances on issues like education and funding reform and voting rights. And he's even challenged the Republicans too, and did so publicly, all right? And he even had moments that went viral for pushing back on conservative talking points.
So this is all I got to say to this bonnet wearer, okay? If the Democrats love black people so much, they should have been putting their everything behind her. And yet they didn't. But y'all want to blame Republicans. So where are the savior Democrats here for y'all? We're the Democrats that's supposed to love black people, care for black people, love black women, because black women are the backbone. That's what the Black Cindy Brady said, if y'all remember. If you Tariq Nasheed, Kevin Samuels, followers don't get behind black women. So y'all just think that shit works? So y'all think telling other people what to do is how this shit goes? When y'all know damn well you don't like nobody telling y'all what to do? So coming to people where they are and trying to assimilate to try to get your daggone vote at minimum, so y'all can't do that? We already know plenty of colors can't do that, and that's why they stay in the same places. Child, y'all won't even change what the hell it is that you're doing that's bringing you down. Then you want to call that shit racism? No, that's youism. That's youism. That's what you be doing to your damn self. Let's just go ahead and ignore the fact that black people will be worth 0 by 2053. Ignore all that, child. And what you gonna do? Say it's racism while you're sleeping on the fucking curb later on in life? Or your kids are, or your grandkids are? Just come back here and just be like, everybody was saying Jasmine Crockett. It was the truth. It was the truth. And I didn't even follow her that much. But anytime I saw her on blogs where she was being promoted, she was being loud, ratchet, and ghetto. And sister girl, you not gonna tell me. The epitome of that bullshit. Y'all think that shit is cute? Y'all really do think that shit is cute, just like you think this shit right here is cute. All this shit to stand out and get all this attention, like y'all really need to get some mental health help. Because child, there's some issues. Some issues. Yeah, blame Republicans when your people didn't do everything to make sure that you got in there. They should have came to you and you wouldn't have listened. Trust me, Jasmine wouldn't have listened. They should have came to. How about her saying this about white people offends the people in the Democratic Party as well? How about the things that she says about white people? I don't know if she notices this or not, but there's white people in the Democratic Party. Child, black people, do y'all know that there's white people in the Democratic Party? So her coming out here talking bad about white men when most of the people are white men. So no thought about that. But they supposed to just ignore all that? Child, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. I saw this on Hood Conservative show. Even Roland Martin admitted Jasmine didn't stand a chance of winning because he drove to the neighborhoods in Jasmine's district. There was no Jasmine Crockett signs. They're not gonna hear none of that. It's because of the white people and white supremacy and discrimination and Jim Crow. And then to play in y'all's face to try to tell I said that you can't vote blacks and that you're gonna have a hard time trying to vote, even though it looks like all of us said we've never had a hard time voting, never, ever, ever. Ever, but y'all gonna have a hard time because they require you to have some ID. I've never gone to vote and have never not had my ID. So this ignorancy, and I said ignorancy, that they tried to tout in front of y'all's black ass faces shows what they really think about y'all, but y'all ain't trying to hear it. Imagine being so ignorant that you allow these people who are educated to tell you that you can't vote because they are saying that you need to have some damn ID of some sort. Most black people don't have a passport. Most black people can't get an ID. And y'all allow that shit. But then again, y'all allowed Joe Biden to be the man after all that mass incarceration and the crime bill. And you think Bill Clinton is the first black president because he played the saxophone or some ignorant shit that y'all said. Y'all, anyway, come on, y'all. What else you got?
But somehow he didn't spend 2 years getting framed as the angry black bitch. Now, obviously, he couldn't be framed as a black bitch, but y'all know what the fuck I mean. His passion was called conviction. Hers was called an attitude. Do y'all get where I'm going with this? And for all of the...
See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what I'll be talking about, y'all. This is why I don't give a fuck. Because color's going to be coloring regardless. Now, at the end of the day, I guess my nigga like masculine, okay? If that's all you got and you think that this is why colors be where they at, because they say dumb shit like this. Don't know what they talking about, walking in on something place they never been just because they triggered because I'm gonna take it. I don't care for Jasmine Crockett. Fuck that bitch. She's a loser. She's a loser. That's okay. She can go over there with them 3 girls or 4 girls over there on that podcast and she can do big things there. Sit there and be as ghetto as she wants to be. That's all. Of course you are. Of course you are. Let me help you out though, white man. All right. And there you go. I'm sure that person was not white.
women and queer folks that were watching this right now, y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Because many of us have lived in that moment where we say something direct and suddenly we're doing too much, while somebody else says the same exact fucking thing and they get called brave. Fuck that shit. The dynamic, that shit got a name, right? And in this particular case, it's called misogyny. And the specific mix of racism and sexism that Black women face when they step into leadership is something that we know all too well. So while I can absolutely acknowledge that James Tallarico ran a smart campaign, we also have to be honest about something else. That in America, and especially in a state like Texas, a white man speaking truth about faith and unity and morality walks into a room with a certain level of comfort already built into it. A Black woman speaking.
I tell you, these Blacks certainly do be paying attention to everything that white people do for hating and can't stand white people. Is that a study in college or something? Watching white people and clocking everything that they do, but then turn around and saying that they're doing something to you, even though you're watching every move that they make. But white people do it too. But white people do it too. These are Jasminers. This is the 92%. What is it? 92%? I'm in the 8%. Okay. This is the 92%. Get it straight. I'm in the 8%. Because ain't no way I would ever vote for Cam, and ain't no way that I would ever vote for child, what's her name? Jasmine Crockett. Never.
We asked 100 people, name someone who won't be in the Senate and won't be going back to Congress.
Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett. Show me Jasmine Crockett. Come on. Good answer. There it is. Number one. Way to go, Pat. We asked 100 people, name someone who won't be in the Senate and won't be going back to Congress.
Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett. Show me Jasmine.
The internet is undefeated, child. Mad none. Rest in peace, Richard Dawson.
Abrams, Kamala Harris, Jasmine Crockett. We've watched how this country has spat in the face of Black women who are viable candidates. Many people asked for good candidates to represent the Democratic Party, and we have had them. And at least 3 times within the past 10 years, this country has spat in the face of Black women. Last night in the Texas primaries, we watched as Jasmine Crockett galvanized the vote, showed that Democrats can outvote Republicans, raise the money, actually show that she is a viable candidate, only for voters to be turned away from the polls because of GOP gerrymandering, because they wanted to make sure that a specific county had to go to specific precincts using a website that told them where to go, that kept crashing, that sent them to the wrong locations. Then the Supreme Court intervened, told them they can vote until 9 o'clock, only for Ken Paxton to intervene with his own election and stop that from happening. The GOP has been very strategic in what they have been doing for years. This is why they have been in power for 30 years. After watching many white voters say that Jasmine Crockett can't win, this is why. Because y'all keep putting people in power who will cheat to stop viable candidates from running. There are issues within the Democratic Party, but this was real GOP strategic planning. One of the main reasons why I continuously use my platform to push early voting is because we see this every election day in the state of Texas. So what do we do now? The primaries are over, but the primary runoff is up next on May 26th. These are the dates. You have early voting May 18th through the 22nd. You have the November 3rd.
Girl, I go over this bullshit. Always blaming somebody, like no accountability ever. So just because you put a Black woman up there, you know she's supposed to win, y'all. So just because you put a Black person up there, they're supposed to win. I'm telling you, this must be these people must be the generation of No Child Left Behind. Gotta be the generation of No Child Left Behind, because this is ridiculous. I'm over it. But that's enough. I'm tired of them. Let me see what else I got for y'all before I get on up out of this. Peace. Oh, you know what? I don't even care no more. I don't even care no more, child. I don't even care. Let's listen to Monique, child. Monique got something to say. Since y'all like to listen to Oprah. Since y'all like to listen to Oprah, child. Y'all want to listen to Oprah and want to get Ozempic and whatever the other ones are called and not exercise and not eat right, but you rather do the easy way, right? Monique calls out the promotion of quick fix weight loss shots and pills like Ozempic. They are not telling you what it will do to your body in 5 years. I don't even think it's going to take 5 years. But y'all people so quick to take the easy way out. I said that shit about that damn Depo-Provera and that other shit, those new birth controls. Child, use the old shit. That shit ain't been around for a long time. What they saying now, blood clots in the brain and all this other shit. Child, give me the shit that's been here a while, because this shit has cycled through to let me know if it's going to be a problem or not. Y'all want the easy way? All right, ease your way on into some bullshit.
To us, in reference to, if you take this shot, you could lose 30 pounds. If you take this pill, you could lose this. But what is the long
Child, why does Monique sound like she out of breath? Y'all hear that?
term effects? What will it do to your body, your mind? What will it do to us 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And yes, you may look like $1 million on the outside, and you may get down to that size 2 or that size 4 or that size 8 or whatever that thing is. But I would ask you to research much to us in reference to, if you take this shot, you could lose 30 pounds. If you take this pill, you could lose what you're putting in your body. Research what you're putting in your body. They got us caught up in trends. And well, if this big star did it and this big celebrity did it, they are pushing so, well, I'm definitely going to do it. This is what I will say, and this is just my humble opinion. They're taking away our willpower. They're taking.
Child, who the hell is taking? I'm about to shut this shit down. Who is taking y'all's willpower? Who has taken y'all's willpower away, Bueller? Who has taken y'all's willpower away, Bueller? Child, you Negroes will come up with an excuse for a fucking roach. Now they have taken your willpower away. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now?
Away our fight. They're taking away our ability to say, I believe in myself.
I can't. I just can't. I'm tired. I'm just so tired. This is so stupid. Lord help your people. Lord help your people. Take me to the I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm going to trust the process. What you're putting in your body. This. But what is the long-term effects? What will it do to your body, your mind?
I'm not trying to be rude. Didn't Monique use something in order to lose the weight, Bueller? Didn't she use something to lose the weight? I know she was showing everybody she outside, she getting, walking, running, doing all this. But y'all, didn't she do something? Is it gastric? Was it the band or something like that? She may not have done a shot, but I feel like she did something, which is why she was looking crazy. It was gastro? Okay. It was gastro. This is why she's talking about it? I thought she would be really talking about it because Oprah is touting it. And you know how she feel about Oprah. She don't sound good, y'all. I'm just saying. I hope there's nothing wrong with Monique, but I'm sorry, y'all. She does not sound good. Anyway, if y'all wanted to know, now you know. Moving on, child. You can't, the Lord helps those that help themselves. That's all I got for y'all. But before we get to the good stuff, well, actually, this is gonna be the good stuff. How long I've been on here? Almost 2 hours. It's almost 5 o'clock. I told y'all that I was not watching no damn Corey Holcomb anymore. So I just depend on people like Poetic Flacco. Shout out to Flacco. It says Corey Holcomb. He just released this 57 minutes ago. Corey Holcomb podcast just hit an embarrassing new low. I thought nothing happened. I ain't hear nobody talking about it, but we already know that this is Flacco's lot in life at this point because, you know, all Corey got is backdooria. So let's see what happened on 5150 clearly on Tuesday night.
Corey Holcomb completely destroyed his 30 years career within 2 weeks. It's completely over. His numbers is tanking. His co-host is looking at him crazy. His fans are turning on him. And he's having a hard time realizing it's over. But this episode was an absolute wake-up call for Corey Holcomb. His numbers are abysmal. He was panicking the entire...
Yo! He didn't even make 100,000. Wow. Child.
Entire live stream. Coming up with excuses on why the numbers are so low and the live viewers appear to be so low. Corey Holcomb is sitting at less than 100,000 views after 24 hours. This is the worst it's ever been. And it's not the YouTuber's fault. No, people are finally waking up to Corey Holcomb and his BS. See, Corey Holcomb, the usual numbers are 15 to 18,000 live viewers. When it's done, it sits at about 150,000 after the first hour. Then it rounds out to about 270, 250,000, right? You know, after about like a week or so. For this to be less than 100,000 after 24 hours, when the usual podcast ends at 150,000 due to 18,000 live viewers, this is just bad. It's bad. Now, Corey Holcomb realized the dramatic decrease in viewership while he was live. And he realized the audience realized it because the audience was making it perfectly clear, bro, your numbers is tanking. But he had another creative excuse as to why the viewership was so low.
Man, we wish well to the people who come at us. Like right now, it's everybody used to us starting later. That's why the numbers climb, where it's 9,400 in the chat now. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the haters will be like, yeah, they don't watch him no more. Look what somebody said bad.
Well, somebody...
Because it is usually more than that. It used to be a lot more than that. I was just coming off of saying 15 to 20. You less than 10? Of course, it's not a problem, and Corey's not a problem, and everything he does is another perfect person, child. Another colored perfect person, child. They know everything. Everybody else is wrong. What it is he's doing ain't working week after week after week. But Anton said. Everybody want to focus on fucking Anton, right? Ignore all this. Prime said, you remember 30K? Wow. After giving up all the memberships, now I think y'all were saying that he gave out the memberships as opposed to them getting the memberships. I'm not sure. But y'all, after being on this app for 15 years and he just found out about memberships, he's taking his own shit. Keep us abreast of what's going on. I'm not upset about it, but this is definitely a decline. Shout out to Love, Judge Love to y'all. Shout out to him. If you got a membership, you don't know where it came from. The odds are it came from him this morning. Thank you again, hon. I appreciate you. Y'all, make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
There was a super chat.
His viewership has dropped by about 40%. People are no longer tuning in. They came for a week or two to give him an opportunity to make amends for the nasty things he were exposed for saying, but he just never apologized. They gave him an opportunity to amends for hitting that woman in the face on camera. All he did was made excuse about how TMZ is out to get him and refused to address the actual video of him putting hands on that woman. People are just sick and tired of it. So Corey Holcomb, right, can no longer blame us because his excuse was, oh, y'all just chatting. My 5150 crew ain't going nowhere. Our numbers are still the highest. It's not the highest anymore. So now he panicking. Our criticism used to only be white noise that didn't mean nothing, and it wasn't reflective of his chat and his subscribers and his real supporters. But now his comment section is filled with detractors. Now his comment section is filled with people calling him out. Now his comment section ain't filled with love anymore. It's filled with people calling him out for being dumb, for saying dumb things, for saying nasty things. So now Corey Holcomb got a new creative excuse. It used to be it's just YouTubers hating. Now his own comment section is giving him the critique. So now Corey Holcomb is saying that it's bots, that somebody has sent.
I feel like I heard something about bots. They was talking about bots and how they work. And so now it's bots. Shout out to Red Pill Crip in the building. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you, boo. So now it's bots. This nigga, I swear, if it ain't one thing, it's something the hell else. It is tough. It must be tough being perfect, y'all.
Orchestrated, calculated campaign of bots to leave negative comments about him and about his behavior in his comment section. Did
he talk about me? Anybody that was listening, since he was over here in my comment section and all? What was the point, child? What was the point?
This man would do any and everything and say whatever he has to say to avoid coming to the realization and taking accountability.
Man, what's up? We are back. The most, what would you call this show nowadays?
The most hated, lied on.
Yeah. The most hated, lied on. Spend whatever money at all costs to bring them down because ain't no backdooria up here at show. Anyway, yo, man, this is funny. What was y'all telling me earlier? Because I already knew this anyway. I just didn't have a word for it.
Oh, just these bot sites, man. These bot attacks. You know,
but not just the sites. We were also reminding them that in chats, live chats, show
those
chats.
are night bots in the chat. In the chat is night bots. In the comments, is bots. You can program.
Explain what you're saying.
So you can go on bot sites and you could pay to have 1,000 different accounts send you messages or variations of the same messages from a targeted demographic. You know, if say you pay for 1,000, 200 to come from Black women between the ages of 15 and 25, and another 250 to
Black women? How is it specifically Black women? What the hell? Child.
messages have come from Black women between the ages of 50 and 60, and then another 500 to come from young Black males between the ages of 20 and 35. And then you could program it. You can
why is your head on crooked?
customize it to leave messages at different variations, different times, like.
But make sure you explain, like, because some people don't even know what you talk about.
Yes, bot sites where they have
bot sites where people.
No, you don't know what he's talking about. He was in my comment section. Yes, he was in my comments.
People talking shit.
Yeah,
it looks like it's a person talking shit.
It's a bot. Yeah.
It's a bot.
Right. So
watching old people figure out the internet in real time is so great. First off, man, that's not being done.
Exactly. Corey been on the internet for 15 years. He been on YouTube. You don't know he been on for 15 years. Child, he act like he been on here for 15 fucking minutes. You heard? He act like he been on here for 15 GD minutes. Oh, we got memberships, nigga. Oh, there are bots. Nigga.
Corey Holcomb. But they're using this to explain to their chat or the people who used to watch their show why when they come on their live stream, all they see now is negative comments. Nobody, those are real people. Those are real commenters expressing, their disagreement with you.
Except for Mike Love. I'm sure he's saying nice things over there.
The best thing to do, man, is take accountability and address the criticism. Right? Finding every critic.
Accountability? How long I've been saying that? He ain't never gonna do that shit. Let me see who's wrong. Anton is wrong. The girl comedian lady is wrong. The girl over there, Yamanika, is wrong. Godfrey is wrong. TLA is wrong. O'Shea is wrong. Poetic Flacco is wrong. I'm wrong. This the comment. You not gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna change nothing. Nigga, what? You're this down bad that you're in my comment section, sir. You are this down bad. No shade against me, but I'm just saying. So you trying to tell me that I am the best thing that you got to be worried about over here on you damn too? Okay, child. Everybody back door. TMZ, Harvey Levin, child, whatever his name is. The black guy. Who else? Them peoples, because he's on the level of MLK, Michael Jackson, and MLK, Malcolm X, try and take him on up out of here. Okay, that's the type of time he's on while in my comment section. Child, you can't make this shit up, niggas.
excuse in the book for why exactly your audience is turning on you is not wise, Corey, at all. Not one bit. Now, I disavow all bot use. I think is dumb. Anybody who use a bot, just know it's illegal. YouTube frowned upon it. It's not going to end well for you. No, like no matter what type of bot you use, it's not going to end well for you. Don't do it. But this is not the case regarding Corey Holcomb. No, TMZ exposed you. YouTubers cover you. Now your audience is watching these YouTubers, and they're starting to find out things about you that they didn't know before. And now they're also turning on you because now they realize things, that they didn't know. That's just the natural progression of a villain arc on YouTube, bro. Embrace it, accept it, or take accountability and and move on.
And when they stick it on your page, it could have certain cue words. Anytime you say "ant," or anytime you say "that's funny," or anytime you say "backdooria," it'll leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it'll be variations. It'll be 50 variations of the same comment. You know what I'm saying? So when you start seeing them types of tirades, these blitzkriegs of certain types of messages, that's all bots and night bots and people,
And you can set stuff up where you can use on your sites, right? You can set it up where you can avoid certain comments by hashtagging or making those particular words stand out. Like you could say, if any comment comes through that has this particular word in it, let's say, right? And then it won't even allow it.
And go ahead. And the idea is just to oversaturate somebody's timeline and messages to kind of try to take the wind out of the fan base. To get people to believe in shit that ain't really for real. You know what I'm saying? So
little fake
it's a campaign.
The only person taking a wind out of the fan base is Corey Holcomb. Yo, your audience came to y'all to listen to certain things. Listen to y'all tell jokes. Y'all talk about some game. Y'all give some advice. Talk about your personal stories. The audience came for this particular product. Ever since Corey Holcomb has gotten exposed, Corey Holcomb has transitioned this show into him trying to super explain, into him trying to make excuses, into these brain dead conspiracy theories, and the audience is sick of it. They're not there for that, bruh. The audience is there to hear about certain things, to hear about y'all talk about topics. But instead, they are treated to a 2-hour show of Corey Holcomb. Like you're giving these brain dead conspiracies about how everybody on the internet is out to.
Shout out to F Holiday. Yes, instead of talking about TLA, he should be going over there and getting that damn course. It's a mere $700. He can afford it, right? It's not that bad. Child, I bought both of them. Shout out to the Mastermind gang. Shout out to all of y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Get him. How he's the biggest story on the internet, when in fact he's not even a top 500 trending topic online at all. No, this is a very niche thing. But Corey Holcomb don't realize this. All right. So Corey Holcomb and his inability to take accountability, his inability to move on is what's taking the wind out of this show. Bots are not being used. It's just not happening, bro. All right. And the bots that they are like describing, like such as a bot that can read. Understand this. They said, there's a bot that can read. Like they hear you say a word on the screen, and they automatically have a prompt based on what you say through your video. They have a prompt to bro, something that's sophisticated is good. It's M's, bro. Nobody is putting that much resources into Corey freaking Holcomb.
Walls from a baby till an adult. We saw it all. We saw our parents. We saw our parents
fight.
Now
they're gonna make a PDF.
I'm just saying, like,
bots about you.
Society has
you in trouble, Craig. No, you said it. They asked you. Who don't know you.
So the fact that most people don't understand that is crazy to me.
Well, if you're dealing with bots and backdooria, how do you think the world is going to function in a way?
Now, who is this person that keeps coming up on the screen? Is Flacco taking this from this dude or something? This is crazy. He always seems to come in there.
Where we can be productive. Bots and backdooria. Just think about it.
Right.
You talking to a man, he might be a bot. You watching a video. Is that the video for real?
Right.
You look at what this world has been. It's not even real. Your eyes are seeing people talk that look human, but it ain't even a human being. It's a bot. It's been drama. 2026 has been a whole bunch of drama. I had, like I said, them people from every.
You have been a part of this drama. You've created it. You've made it continue, and now you're hurting yourself. Like he tried to act like when he wasn't wearing that blue kimono thing where he was talking about, I'm losing gigs. Thank you, TMZ. I'm losing gigs. Nigga. Then you go talking about making up the shirt. Then you bring up the kid. Then you sitting up here saying, if it's on the internet, it's free game. You can't tell us, Craig over there, it's the law. Forget the actual YouTube rules. Forget what the damn lawyer said. Oh yeah, that's a fake lawyer. That's a fake lawyer. He over here in the hood. I don't see as much laughing as there used to be. I don't see as much laughing as there used to be. Where all that laughter go, child? This is all TMZ's fault. You bloggers. I'ma have all that money. Guess what, y'all? We got memberships. So that you could be the first one to know about 5150 shows. Y'all, nobody cares. Mike Love cares, though. I ain't gonna hold you. And the 10,000 people. Wait. How many people was it? Less than 100,000 people? I forget the number. They care. Child, they care. They're gonna be right there for you. All right? Don't even worry about it. You're gonna get some gigs off of this, child. You're gonna get some gigs off of this for sure.
Since TMZ put what they put on air, these bots have been.
Whoa, somebody else said 750.
He didn't even know what a damn bot was 5 minutes ago. Now all of a sudden, because of TMZ. You colors. You amaze me.
I don't know.
Now Craig came back, and I'm glad he came back because he's an asset to this show. But if Craig say, "Go, I'm gone, man. Thank you," I'm gonna be like, "Go get it, bro." And even though the internet will be like, "Yeah, you got the fuck Corey and Craig. Craig don't like Corey. He gonna beat Corey ass."
Hell no.
Whatever the fuck they come up with they bots and. No, but the Marathon Burger, man, I patronize, man. All the stuff that we do as brothers and sisters, I really have a history of patronizing, even though these bots and everything. He's a bad person, everybody.
He's being silly.
What did they say?
I've never seen anybody say bots as much as Corey Holcomb during this podcast. It was absolutely ridiculous. It's like Corey Holcomb discovered a word and they used it as much as possible.
I swear to you, I was just about to say the same thing. Can I get a dime every time that man says damn bots? I will be rich. Now he done learned something new. Just like you learned about the internet. It's like having your grandparent learn in front of you while you're teaching them how to use the damn cell phone, child.
It's insane. But I realized that Corey Holcomb had truly reached peak delusion when Corey Holcomb started to tell his co-hosts and sell them this dream that some type of deal may be coming. Corey Holcomb got exposed for putting hands on a woman, got canceled for making pedo jokes. His fan base is turned against him. His numbers is tanking, and he got 100 detractors dedicated to making videos about him every day. But Corey Holcomb somehow believed that this super big deal that's gonna give him and his co-host generational wealth could be near.
Like, Darlene, you ain't got no regrets about this 5150 shit?
Absolutely not. No, I mean, no.
Can I just be honest, y'all? No shade against Darlene. What the fuck else she gonna do, Bueller? What is it that Darlene Ortiz, I think, is gonna do in life at this point? Bueller. Start her own podcast, which she has a YouTube channel. She can start her own podcast for sure. But like, seriously, what's she gonna do? She gonna go run Wells Fargo? Child, she gonna go be a comedian. She not a comedian. So what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? Bots and fighting. Yeah, that's the question. What can she do? Is she gonna be on album covers still? Is Ice gonna put her on an album cover again, y'all? Make another movie? What movie was she in? The same Black Jesus that y'all said that nigga was in? Oh, Lord. Shout out to CDT Beats, y'all. Shout out to CDT Beats, everybody. Everybody's been asking about the song. This is the maker of the opening and closing, or during the stream. He made the song. So if y'all want to get your own beat made, reach out to CDT Beats up in here. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. OF might be it, though. That might be the win. No shade, no disrespect. I'm just asking a question. Child, Mike Nice said, passport girl. Maybe. She was in Mo Better Blues. Who even remembers that movie? Wesley Snipes. And it was a dark movie. That's all I remember. I used to love Wesley Snipes. Stay on task. All right, come on. Y'all let me know what you think Darlene gonna do. I think OF for the win.
Absolutely not. I think it's amazing. It's like stuff be falling and happening in my life that I cannot explain. Like, I'm like, what? Like,
The only regret I have is I ain't found a way to turn this into something where everybody get a nice check every week. I mean, we do it on Tuesdays. You get what I'm saying? We don't try to turn it into.
So what, they working for free?
More than that. Now, I've heard about some of the things that happen when big media companies buy your podcast or business.
Right.
From what I understand, they are sweeping the internet of all your old shit. I don't know. I don't know this for a fact.
Right.
But if I was to sell this, it would have to be enough money where all of the people that I fuck with, I could be like, look, we're going to sell it. I'm going to give you this. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody could be like, cool. You know what I'm saying? If not.
Can I say something before he finishes? I'm sorry to interrupt, okay? Listening to him right now, seeing his demeanor. Now, this is just a clip because I don't watch the show, right? I didn't watch it before, but I watched it after Hysteria just to keep up with the shit, but I'm not watching it anymore. I just wait for Flacco, right? He's sounding a lot less bravado-ish, if that's a word. He's sounding defeated. He sounds like he's about to turn in the towel, like be done with this. It's not working out. He don't seem to be having the fun that, from what I've seen, that he used to have. You understand what I'm saying? I just like when he was out here doing the, oh my God. I know you. Prime for the win. Prime for the win. Okay. Because now that you said that, he could do it. And if there was, like, I don't know if people buy channels. I know you can buy channels on Instagram. So I'm assuming that you could buy channels on YouTube if people want to sell it, right? And he is just not sounding like he sounded when this shit first started. He not sounding like when he says, CRSMD again, CRSMD again. I don't hear none of that. I don't hear the bravado when he brought out that first shirt. I don't hear the bravado when he was putting up the baby and the mama. I don't hear none of that no more. It's like going lower and lower and lower and lower. Okay. Shout out to RLV. She's like, yes, you can sell your channel. Just imagine if he tried to sell the channel and then Antoine came in on the low and then came through and announced that he bought the channel and kicked Corey off of YouTube. The internet, this sector, let me do it right. This sector of YouTube would explode and all the people that's hating now would really be upset. Okay, yeah. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me. Like he's just defeated. Not 50. 5150 bag chasing. All right, DRX might have stolen the win. DRX might have stolen the win away. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Anyway, Ruby Goldberg just lost her ish because old girl just checked Sunny on The View today. Lord have mercy. Is it out? Send it to me. We can take a look at it. But let's get through this video. But yeah, this is a whole different demeanor as far as I'm concerned. I think it is.
You know, I know this ain't no come up. This ain't no come up, but that's the only thing I hate. I can't give my people no big money.
Yeah.
That's the only regret. But it's coming because no matter what, especially after what has been happening lately, you have to see the strength of what we do because we were attacked and still are being attacked by a very powerful media company. A very powerful media company. And it's all about to come out. And I really asked myself, why did they come after us like this? Man. I asked myself, but I know that there's something that I have proof of, and maybe they're worried about the proof of that. So they have to make it seem like Corey's a bad person. But I think the big prize is coming, guys. So y'all hang in there. I ain't got no regrets with this 5150 shit.
Darlene and Craig, you better not be expecting that big money to come. You better not be expecting Corey to get that big deal, man. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Now, I'm sure Corey Holcomb can go somewhere and get, I don't know, like a little BS deal. Well, like $100,000 for the entire IP, right? Split up like $25,000 a piece. And then, you know, right? Like probably that. But big podcast deal, we're talking about with Joe Rogan, Shannon Sharp, or heck, even if it's what Rory and Maul got. $10 million. That $10 million ain't coming, bro. It's not coming, bro. Not in the middle of you being exposed and canceled for the things you're being exposed and canceled for. Not in the middle of your numbers tanking. Not in the middle of co-hosts may not even be here next week. Stop. Do not, Craig and Darlene, stay on this podcast because you are under the assumption you're about to get a couple $1 million. It's not happening, bro. That big deal is not coming. And Corey Holcomb is delusional for thinking it's coming. You got to make some serious changes for that big deal to come, bro. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man? And
I think that if that's what he thinks, he's delusional AF. Ain't nobody coming from a sinking ship where your numbers was up here and now it's down here. And now you're trying to blame bots because you just learned that word today? Sir. And you still got to deal with the look of that video. Because the problem is what it looks like. That really is what the problem is. Plus, you done been out here calling everybody Backdooria. It's no different than Jasmine Crockett calling every white person racist. Calling all the white men, whatever the hell she said, I don't even remember. The other lady from TikTok talking about small D's. Like, y'all just come out here with insults and then you want those same people that you insult to come and support your ass. And when they don't, you want to try to sit up here and say that it's racism. No, y'all is just crazy. Y'all don't think ahead. Y'all don't think down the line. Y'all don't think long term. And you think everybody's supposed to owe their allegiance to you. And it's never gonna happen. Never. Red Pill said he's at a turning point where he has to accept the new way of social media and internet and evolve or be content with his grassroots Def Comedy Jam audience. I agree. That is true. Child, the way he's acting and the way that he's insulting everybody, I just don't see how that's going to happen. And he's definitely not, he definitely burning bridges. He's not getting a deal like what Shannon Sharp had, and he fucked it up. Shannon Sharp fucked up his deal over that little OF girl, okay, where it was consensual, mind you. All right. Corey now has to not only contend with that video with what it showed with that lady, the comedian lady, but then all these rehashed up jokes that are in his own name. And then along with Flacco bringing up him allegedly supporting R. Kelly and trying to get him free. None of that sound good. And then everything that he said about women, right? And then what he said about his own kid, his baby moms, his wife allegedly. Forget all that. The bots are the problem. The bots are the problem. All right, y'all. Shout out to 3 a.m. Thought Club for the membership. I appreciate you, boo. Shout out to whoever got that membership. Please make sure you thank 3 a.m. for the membership. Thank you so much, hon. Shout out to all the channel members. I see you. I appreciate you. So I have the video from what Lawrence was speaking about. Shout out to Flacco. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. Appreciate you. Back over to the Rubin report where it says, watch the views, Whoopi Goldberg's face when conservative puts her in her place. Now, Elizabeth Hasselbeck is who they're talking about. And she used to be on The View. When I used to watch The View, I watched it when Elizabeth Hasselbeck was on. I forget why. Was she on a soap opera? I forget the reason why I used to watch it. But anyway, it was many, many moons ago. Then she ended up having to leave because, lo and behold, she got married to, I think her husband's a football player or baseball player or something. And so she had to go be a housewife. Oh, Lord have mercy. Never that. All right. So let's see what happened. They used to argue all the time. That's why I'm like, are these other people on here really conservative? Because Elizabeth didn't back down for shit. Elizabeth Hasselbeck did not back down for shit when she was on here.
They're in. Watch them start fumbling.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has said that this is now the time for the Iranian people to stand and do what they need to do. And when when you look at what women looked like and were treated like, we have a before and after, before this regime and after. This is before and here's after. And right now, these women have hope. 47 million women have hope. Women, people who are gay are not being thrown off buildings. Women will not be mutilated and murdered. And I think there's such hope, and it takes strength to find peace. And America should be first at that always.
Well, here's the thing, though. I remember, and I hope you're right. I hope for the sake of the Iranian people and for the sake of the world.
Now, these feminists should be all for the freedom of women, right? Just like I said, child, these people just be talking just to cause chaos. They only thinking about the fact that they can't stand Donald Trump. That's it. So Again, not well versed in all this, but if the Iranians are happy, which I've seen a little bit of both, and these women are free, and all these biatches care about women, they feminists and women power, and we can do the same thing as a man can do, and you're not going to tell me and all that, then they should be for it, right? Child, not when Donald Trump is involved. Child, not when Donald Trump is involved, because when he's involved, everything goes south, goes west, however you want to look at it.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
Which is why sitting there listening to Jasmine Crockett just talk about Donald Trump all the time don't do nobody no good. But child, whatever.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said that this is now the time for the Iranian people to stand and do what they need to do. And when when you look at what women looked like and were treated like, we have a before and after, before this regime and after. This is before and here's after. And right now, these women have hope. 47 million women have hope. Women, people who are gay are not being thrown off buildings. Women will not be mutilated and murdered. And I think there's such hope, and it takes strength to find peace. And America should be first at that always.
Well, here's the thing, though. I remember, and I hope you're right. I hope for the sake of the Iranian people and for the sake of the world, for America's sake, I hope you're right.
Yeah, well, good. Bring Elizabeth Hasselbeck back. She's a real conservative, and it would actually be a conservative view.
Hold on, let me find this other video. I know that you said there was something else, but child, don't nobody want to come back to this mess. Did you say you sent another video? All right. Maybe I was wrong, but she don't want to come back to this. Why would she want to come back to this? For what? So she can argue? Who in the hell want to argue all day with these crows? Please. Love Lively Cuts. Thank you so much for becoming a I appreciate your support. Always here up in this daggone chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for always being here. Again, shout out to all the channel members. I see you. I appreciate you. You guys have been awesome sauce today. But yeah, why in the hell Elizabeth Hasselbeck living her best life? So she's supposed to come back here so she could start to look old, because she actually looks very good. Shout out to Elizabeth Hasselbeck. She got on my nerves a lot, but she looks very, very, very good. So shout out to her and her life with Mr. Hasselbeck and whatever the heck it is that they doing around there, child. Whatever they doing. I don't know. Can we do entertainment tonight? Is that the problem? Send it to me. Let me see. I'll take a look at it. I'll take it out if it's a problem. These crows should have been canceled a long time ago. I don't understand. Well, yeah, let them have their opinion, right? Everybody, they got their opinion. Fox has their opinion, blah, blah, blah. If there's heifers that want to sit up there and just ingest all that and think that what Whoopi Goldberg has to say when she has been shown to be flip-flopping many a times, Sonny has been shown to flip-flop many a times. Long as it's the same story, as long as this Democrat is right. Soon as it's not, it's wrong, especially now that it's Donald Trump. Child, if people can't see that, that's a them problem. I don't even care. I don't even give one damn, child. If you don't want to look into nothing for yourself and you want to trust those crows, feel fucking free. Anyway, while I'm waiting for that video, let me show ya what's going on with NYCHA. Okay, up in Ma'am Danby's world, NYCHA residents say they've been left out of Ma'am Danby's rental ripoff hearings. No! Oh my child, what a surprise to none of us.
Public housing pushback. Tenants accusing City Hall of ignoring NYCHA, and now they're holding their own meetings. Welcome back to the 10 o'clock news. I'm Steve Lacey.
And I'm Natasha Verma. Those who live in NYCHA buildings say that they're being left out of the mayor's rental ripoff hearings and feel like their complaints are being ignored.
All right, Fox 5's Michelle Ross has their message tonight.
NYCHA residents claim they've been left out.
I heard from the mayor's office, and they say, well, NYCHA residents is not excluded from the conversation. But NYCHA residents wasn't included in the conversation.
Mayor Mamdani's rental ripoff hearings were created to give renters a platform, a chance to tell city leaders about the conditions they're living in, like lack of heat, leaks, mold, and other dangerous conditions, and to call out bad landlords.
The first town hall meetings he decides to host is about landlords. but he forgot to deal with the landlord in his own backyard.
They claim they weren't directly invited like how other tenant association groups from private buildings were. A City Hall spokesperson says the mayor has been clear that no one will be turned away at the hearings. But NYCHA residents say they've been complaining about housing issues for years and that they also want to be heard. So they held their own meeting in the Bronx at the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club at the Throgs Neck houses.
They held their own meeting. Child, what that's going to do, Bueller? Child, I'm not trying to be rude, but what in the hell is that going to do? Let me thank Red Pill Crip for the Cash App. Thank you, Boo. He said for love from the Crip. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You missed Free Pod last weekend. Free Pod was last weekend on FD and HT. Shout out to those that were there. A good time was had, child. A good time was had. Appreciate all of y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. We just surpassed 42,000. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to Pooh Man, who was looking out earlier today. I still didn't get the email, Lawrence. I don't know what happened. I don't have the email, but I don't know if you can send it. Or did you text it to me? Wait. If you texted it to me. Oh, okay. I got it.
There were about 50 people who showed up. Michelle Solomon, who lives at the Castle Hill houses, was one of them.
Now we have mice and roaches, and they coming from underneath her door.
Wait, you got what? Whoa. You got what? Did she say mices?
Club at the Throgs Neck houses. There were about 50 people who showed up. Michelle Solomon, who lives at the Castle Hill houses, was one of them.
Now we have mice and roaches.
I'm about to shut this shit down. It's not fun. I'm about to shut this shit down. Meemaw. Mices and roaches. Thank you, Pooh Man. I got it. Mices and I'm sorry. Stop it. Oh my God. Woo! Lord help your people. All right. Let me let this finish, child. If somebody, let me get this picture. Hold on. I know it's ghetto. I know. Hold on. Let me get this screenshot. It's always a good screenshot, y'all. All right. Come on, Mimo. Child.
And they coming from underneath her door. I can't live like that. You know, they're all over my clothes.
Residents say the problems in public housing are some of the worst in the city, and they wanted a seat at the table.
Most of the tenants have tickets that was made for complaints since 2019.
I've had enough. Are you? Oh my God. Oh my God.
All over my clothes.
Residents say the problems in public housing are some of the worst in the city, and they wanted a seat at the table.
Most of the tenants have tickets that was made for complaints since 2019, and the repairs still haven't been made.
The mayor's office will be...
What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? Do you want me to be serious right now when you're trying to tell me it is 2026? It is 2026. And you waiting for an open ticket from 20. Take me to the king. And you worry, and you think, I just be like, why do y'all want to live in New York so bad? I know it's a wonderful city. It was for me. I've had great times there. I love New York prior to 2020. But 2019, and y'all really thought that Ma'am Danby was coming up in this bitch and miraculously resolve and solve all these problems in a matter of 15 minutes. He won't be able to do it in 4 years. He will not be able to do it in 4 years. And y'all voted for this. Child, instead of voting for that nigga, you should have moved in 7 years. You should have moved. But please do understand that these buildings are basically Section 8 public housing. So it's either low rent or they getting part of it paid. So you're telling me that it makes more sense to live in and deal with mice and mice's roaches and whatever else just so that somebody can pay your shit and give you something for free. How many times have I said this? Shout out to the regular degulars. How many times have I said this? If you are dependent upon someone else to take care of you, then you are beholden to their rules. You are beholden to their rules and whatever they say. And if you think that Ma'am Danby and his league of whoever the hell he got time to go through every single landlord, come through every single NYCHA building, come through and make sure, even if he does, and he got to take them to court, you know how many more years that might be, because there's so much going on. This is why this is a great place to be a slumlord. This is why it's a great place to be a slumlord, because ain't nothing going to change no time soon. Ain't nobody going to get nothing done no time soon. It's going to be one at a time, at a time, at a time. And Ma'am Danby going to have more important things to worry about, like that child care that he got going on, them bus stops that he's supposed to be getting for the free. He's still trying to figure out where he's going to get the money from. And y'all thought, see, this is what I'm talking about. No thought process. Where does money going to come from? How the hell are you supposed to take care of me? Child, y'all be better off going on Kendra Gilliam's show and trying to find a six-figure nigga over there. Y'all thought Ma'am Danby was your six-figure nigga? Is that what y'all thought? And he was going to come do something about the mices and the roaches? And he was going to make sure that the plumbing works? Nothing is leaking? The elevators work? The disabled people are taken care of? That's what y'all thought? Y'all thought he was going to get to that open order from 2019 immediately? Is that what you think? Red Pill said people would rather live free with a leash than have liberation with a little hard work. That's crazy talk right there. Red Pill, that is crazy talk right there. Wow. Wow. This is the same as Baltimore. Moore. You get what you pay for. Child, we are going to have a good 2026, y'all. You get what you pay for. Okay? I'm sorry. Rephrase, my bad. You get what you voted for. And this is what y'all gonna get. And you can't blame white supremacy, discrimination, nor racism, because I'm gonna go out on a limb. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I could be wrong. Allegedly, who's gonna be the most affected? Because you already know that Black people are disproportionately affected. So you don't think that's what's about to be the case? That Black people will not be disproportionately affected? And then Ma'am Danby then hired a racist white woman to be in charge of y'all's housing. And then got a racist Black woman that's in charge of y'all police. Damn, he doing a good job. Damn, he's doing a good job. This is what happens when you just listen to people that don't have your best interest at heart. Thank you, Mike Love. Messy, please show Grandma in the white outfit again. Here we go. Let me rewind it a little bit so she can make the entrance. Shout out to Meemaw and Maw.
Mices and roaches, and they coming from underneath her door.
Oh, let me go back to
Hill House at the
mices.
Broad's Neck houses. There were about 50 people who showed up. Michelle Solomon, who lives at the Castle Hill houses, was one of them.
Now we have mices and roaches, and they coming from underneath her door. I can't live like that. You know, they're all over my clothes.
Residents say the problems in public housing are some of the worst in the city, and they wanted a seat at the table.
Most of the tenants have tickets that was made for complaint.
I gotta get a picture. Hold on. Francis Garcia. Garcia? What, you married into that name, child? Come on, Meemaw. What you got to say? Come on.
Her door. I can't live like that. You know, they're all over my clothes.
Residents say the problems in public housing are some of the worst in the city, and they wanted a seat at the table.
Most of the tenants have tickets that was made for complaints since 2019, and the repairs still haven't been made.
The mayor's office will be rolling out more engagement opportunities specifically focused on NYCHA. But in the meantime, NYCHA residents are welcome to RSVP for the next hearing. And the organizers will be holding...
Oh, look at that. They get to RSVP for the next hearing, yeah?
This meeting in every borough across the city to gather information from NYCHA tenants. The next one is in Harlem on Thursday. Reporting in Broad's Neck, Michelle Ross, Fox 5 News.
Guess y'all better go over there to Harlem, child. Child, whatever. Y'all like it, we love it. Y'all like it, we love it. All right, I think I got this video. Yeah, from Entertainment Tonight for this Whoopi Goldberg and Elizabeth Hasselbeck. Elizabeth Hasselbeck returns to The View and gets shamed for supporting Donald. Ha! Child, who else would she be on here supporting? She's a freaking conservative, child. I can't do it.
Our friend, former co-host, all-around great gal, Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
It's Hasselbeck. It's Hasselbeck.
I'm so thankful to be here with you all. This is really a gift. But we go way back.
Yes.
We go way back.
Elizabeth Hasselbeck returning to The View for a guest hosting stint 13 years after walking away from her full-time role at the Hot Topics table.
And I think the important thing about The View is that it does truly, and I say this because I watched it before being a part of it. I was a viewer before being on The View. It does inspire conversation beyond the table, beyond the cameras, beyond the screen, into people's homes.
Listen, civil discourse is not dead. We might have differences of opinions, but we love each other. And we're strong.
They don't love you, girl, but that's nice.
It might get a little spicy at times, but we do not hate each other. We love each other. And we have the freedom to do it. And it is important to remind everybody that we love that.
And within 10 minutes, Elizabeth's prediction came true as the panel dug into America going to war with Iran.
I think people that voted for Trump, I was not one of them. I think you were. Those people wanted America
I proudly
first.
voted for Trump
Yes, you
because
did.
the alternative was not
Yes,
great, and
yes,
we would
yes, you did.
absolutely be under the wrong power if the alternative.
actually, let me just finish. I'm going to stop everybody. Sometimes it gets a little heated, or sometimes can get very heated. And then we're talking about, the best vibrator to use. I mean, that's the kind of show it is,
Elizabeth is filling in all.
Did y'all need to know the best vibrator to use as recommended by Whoopi Goldberg? Child. I'm just saying they offering great information over there on The View, child. Shout out to Mike Love. He says, thank you, boo. He said, I was shocked you just went past that. Right? Because I was too busy sounding off about 2019. That caught me off guard more than that damn outfit. That'll probably be the thumbnail, though. Thank you so much, boo. I appreciate you.
A week, while the show's current conservative voice, Alyssa Farah Griffin, is out on maternity leave.
Oh, so is she gonna be there a while? It might be worth taking a look at, yeah?
For the young people watching, it's important to see that you can have, and we've said it before, we can hold our positions in one hand and each other's hands in the other, and be able to just live as Americans with the freedom that we have, and speak our hearts and minds. And so we get to do that all week.
Oh, all right. All right, so it might be interesting because I didn't realize that woman was really a conservative, meaning Farrah Fawcett, whatever her name is, that's on maternity leave. I didn't even know one of them heifers was pregnant. So good for her for carrying well, because I didn't even know that. But anyway, y'all, that is it. That's almost 3 hours. Yo, it's almost 6 damn o'clock. Wow. Shout out to y'all, though. We are at 42,002, and hopefully it will stay that way and continue to grow. I appreciate y'all. Please, when you're watching the videos, go ahead and share it. Make sure you like it. Make sure you are subscribed. Like Izzy Band says, tell a friend to tell a friend. I love that. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to everyone that donated. Mike Love is still the stream sponsor for the day with 30 memberships. Thank you so much. This is only my second one, child. That's enough. My second live stream of the day, and just in time. I just had food delivered, so I'm going to go pick it up. All right. I'll be in the streets tonight to see who's on, what's going on, and be back with another live stream tomorrow, probably for lunch. Definitely for lunch, because I got time. All right. So y'all make sure you turn on notifications. Be there, be square. I appreciate y'all. I see you all in the next one.